Hello everyone, and welcome to The Ghost in the Machine, a D&D live play show about memory, identity, magic, and politics. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Matthew Foreman. We are joined by our lovely four players yet again. Just a few quick announcements. Remember to follow us on social media, on our Twitch, on our Twitter, on our Facebook, and our YouTube, and our Instagram. We post content there, and you can catch images of us, our lives, and other content that we make, and get to know us a little more. As always, remember our friends at Animal Helper. It's a 501c3. They help special needs animals in New Orleans, and they do a lot of good work. You can find out more below, down there in our charity button. Let's do our recap and get started. So when we last left our heroes, they had just been through quite a bit. After arriving in Bridgeton and learning the details of a contract who made our resident bard Gilly, the contract which made our resident bard Gilly by magic, by her parents entering into a contract with the Fallowglen Hags, who used a series of powerful fey magics on behalf of their patron, the Baron LeFay, to create 2 lives and forfeit 1 is how this contract worked. Morgan, the Baron LeFay, was reincarnated in the form of Morgan, the international superstar and pop star that has befriended the party. Gilly was made from magic, from the fey magic, and in the image of her 2 mothers. And then Trilly, the youngest of the rest of the adopted children of the O'Shea's life, was forfeited to be made a hag. The party, insofar as stopping the Fallowglen Hags from closing in on this bargain, made a deal with Beverly, made a deal with the resident imp, Mrs. Kilgast. Justice made that deal, that offer. And then Gilly pledged herself to Morgan's service as a Knight of Winter. The party then entered into the forest of Fallowglen Hallow and killed Agnes. Then they doubled back, had a little party, and are now at O'Shea Manor sleeping. And that is where we will start. So, Selena, you are sleeping. You find yourself yet again in that familiar street, what is now becoming the familiar street of the dream that you once had. The mists surround you, but they have now been pushed back. You can see more of whatever city you seem to be in. There are no patrons, no people, no creatures, no birds, no background noise, and no light pollution. It's just the vague gesture of a city surrounding you, and the mists being parted. You could now see more of it. There's a gentle sidewalk, and a nice building that is white, a kind of a lilac white, and has a nice soft pink sign with a turquoise turquoise outline that says, "The Smoking Lady." Seems to be some kind of diner. You yet again hear the of your patron S, the long-dead god who inhabits your cloak, Eurysadril. And you can see more of her shape now. She is easily larger than any dragon you've ever seen. And her green form shifts in the mist. You can make more of her out. You can barely make her out. Your choice to confront Vizora comes soon. The ritual required to awaken this cloak comes soon. You can wait, but she will mulch within the next 2 days. So make your way there and be ready. You look over to the Smoking Lady because you hear a ting-ting, ting-ting, like the bell being knocked over by the door, and you hear a voice. Would you like to come in? Would you like to come in? Would you like to come in? And you wake up. It is morning in O'Shea Manor.
Do I recognize the "Would you like to come in" voice?
No.
Okay.
You just switch. Oh, shh. Hey. Thank you. Sorry about that. It's all about me tonight.
It's good. We're gonna go to ultra close-up mode. It's just Matt's eyes.
It's my eye.
The ghosts in the machine.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what would you wish to do? It's a bright and beautiful morning in O'Shea Manor.
Out of the sun after all the liquor I consumed yesterday.
True.
Or maybe early this morning.
I'll go out on the balcony and just kind of surreptitiously check on the companions that we had out there, make sure that they're still in the rooms if they had gone in them last night.
Mm-hmm.
Appear not to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
The companions?
Or my companions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all well and good.
I know that they kind of went on a bender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all a little... Two of them are pretty hungover, but Gilly's a little hungover, I imagine, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they seem to be all okay.
Cool. Just to be clear, I'm not actually voicing any concern for you all beings. I'm just literally checking on you.
He's just like passing by the balcony window, staring at it.
Exactly.
I'm a floor above you anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Anger takes flight. I'm gonna use my key points.
Can slow fall work in reverse?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Can't.
I'll wait for my allies to make their way down to breakfast as they do. I'll probably kind of trot around and just kind of try to get a feel for, after the events of last night, I knew that there was some tension and whatnot for her parents. So I'm just going to kind of walk around and try to eavesdrop and see what people are talking about and see what the mood of the house is.
Okay. You're actually sneaking around?
I'm trying to be quiet so I don't...
Roll me stealth.
Yep. I do have boots that do not make any sound.
That is true.
That would be a 23.
Okay. You don't hear anything you hear normal. It's a pretty quiet morning, as quiet as you can be with a house this size. But Faylene and Mafanwe are both there. They're sitting out on the terrace because it's still early fall, so they're taking advantage of the good weather. And all seems to be okay. There seems to be a pretty cheery atmosphere, all things considered.
All right.
They're sitting next to each other at a table, closer than they have been since you guys got here, and they seem to be talking.
And I am a scholar of, like, human interaction, so I understand the simplicity. So, okay, cool. By human, I mean living.
After a nice freezing bath, I will have come down smelling less like, whiskey and eggs, and drinking whatever passes for blackest of black coffee.
Okay.
I will not be coming down for a while.
Okay. They're used to it.
4 hours.
Yeah, they're used to it by now, and you really got to spend time because
Yeah.
you got Schweiss.
Maybe I should be rolling a detail.
Yeah.
He's just not coming down today.
Yeah.
It's not in the cards, guys.
Not gonna happen.
I actually hadn't really done a whole lot of resting, so I ended up doing a bit of walking in the hedge maze.
Okay.
So I've probably come to breakfast from the hedge maze.
All right. So Gilly emerges from the hedge maze, and everyone's just like, you see my family. You're up early, Gilly.
Yeah, I didn't sleep much.
No, I didn't see you. I was up pretty early. I didn't see you make it out there. You're sneaky. They've been teaching you something, and she kind of finally
Helps to be
gestures
little.
towards Justice, who's like standing in the foreground. You were able to sneak,
Yeah.
but then you've emerged at
Yes,
this point.
of course. Yeah, I made myself.
It's just not like she instantly knew.
Yeah. Soon.
Yeah.
She is a good study.
She is. She was always very bright.
Doing my best.
So what's on your agenda today? What do you all think? This is not Faylene, the Baroness, speaking.
There might be some hiking.
Oh, really? Going to see the sights?
A couple of them.
Hmm.
I hear there's a number of caves to explore
Oh, are you a spelunker?
when necessary.
Ooh.
It's darker there. I kind of shade my eyes because
Ah,
I'm squinting.
Hair of the dog, yeah.
You could turn into some kind of cave-dwelling creature.
I can, yes.
make spelunking much easier, I would imagine.
Yeah, especially if I don't need to haul anyone else with me.
Oh, yes.
Become a spider.
Well, if there's anything you need, well, now that I think of it, we never did give you the rest. Well, Sibelius isn't here. Oh, that's okay. Thought I might give you all your gifts. Well, I guess it's just you're the only one. Well, Gillies comes a little later. Yeah. And Faylene gets up. She's gone for a few minutes. Comes back. There you go. She hands you a box. Very nice box.
Like a wooden box or a paper box?
No, it's just like a
gift
box. Yeah, a gift box.
Does it have a big bow on it?
It does. Nice little wrapping.
Okay. Is it a green bow?
Green bow, no.
Oh, it would.
Oh yeah, it would be a green bow.
It would be a green bow.
I'm going to watch with much piqued interest in the method in which she unwraps this present, because that tells you a lot about a person.
Okay.
Was it like wrapped or just with like the bow on top?
It's not wrapped.
It's just
It's a box with a bow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very
Then
very
I'm
nice.
just going to take the lid off the box.
Yeah.
Set it to the side so it doesn't get dirty in the dirt.
All right. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Perfect.
I'm just kidding.
The black
the black mamba.
That's what you get for
Should I
fucking my
have shaken
daughter.
the box?
Sounds
That
like a
just
rattle.
angers the snake.
Yeah.
Right. You're. Roll me intelligence. Trying to figure out if you know what this is.
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, you would know it. You know what one.
10.
So, in the box is a compass, and then another device that you're not. It's a very, very nice, pristine, beautiful compass. It's silver. It's gorgeous. It's inlaid. The background of it is some kind of map of a country that you're not familiar with that has little delicate details. A beautiful compass, and then the other is some kind of navigating device that you're not too familiar with.
But I know what it is.
Roll intelligence.
Oh, did I mention that my background is navigator? Intelligence, that's going to be a whopping 9.
You're like, oh, what are those things called? No. Yeah, the compass is because because you're all. It's a bit of a gag gift, to be honest. The compass will suit you well. It actually works in the mists.
Oh.
Yeah, and then the other's a gag gift. You might get the joke later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do I know what it is?
It's a sextant, is what it is. Yeah,
Because I'm a little square.
something like that. Yeah.
They give it to you after. No, never mind.
These look incredibly nice. I almost couldn't accept them.
But you can.
I can. They're very pretty. And you say it works in the mists?
It does. That compass does. It's attuned to the mist.
That is wonderful.
There's not many of them in circulation. They take a while to make, but we had one made.
I can't thank you enough.
You're more than welcome.
I will. Does it have like a velvet pouch or anything to hold?
Yeah,
in?
sure. Yeah, like a little.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to
Nice little
scratch this
yeah.
now. Yeah.
With the sack with my 40 other compasses.
You're gonna get your gift whenever you all head on out of here, whatever that is. You'll get your gift then.
Okay, thanks. I'm not too worried about it.
It's an eviction notice.
So I'll probably wander downstairs about now.
Okay. Sibelius!
Yes, good morning.
It's so good to. How are you feeling, boss?
Better.
Okay.
Clean. Little dizzy.
All right, fair enough. We got you, and he's like, well, since you're up, once you get settled in, we're gonna get you. And she leaves. She brings back a box.
Oh. Thank you.
It's pretty small.
So, take it.
What you get? What you get?
Open
What you
it.
get?
It is some kind of. I'm not sure if you know. Roll intelligence. I think you do know what this is, actually.
13. Or 17.
Okay. So these, let me actually. This is effectively. This is gonna sound funny. This is a grenade.
Cool.
Effectively, it's this world's equivalent of grenade.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're as you look closer, you probably be putting on intelligence. You see, it's like an antique from the war. Yeah, from the Great War 15 years ago.
Wow. Thank you.
It still functions.
live?
Yeah, it still functions. So
Wow.
be careful. But yeah, little something, little remembrance.
Yeah, definitely. So I will safely put that away in my bag. Make sure it doesn't go off.
The gifts that you've provided all seem to be very functional. Thank you.
I'm a practical gal. You don't get to be Baroness of the Meadows in this monster-infested land without learning the practicality of your tools.
She makes a fair point.
I was a soldier in the war. I commanded
right.
troops.
We still need to have that swapping of stories.
We should. How about the night before you all leave?
That sounds wonderful. Thank
Good.
you.
Sounds good. So, what is on your agenda, if you don't mind me prying?
Well, I have to practice
For what?
for a performance.
Are you performing somewhere?
Oh, only the Greenbush Conservatory.
Really?
I'm slowly moving away.
You can feel the explosion about to happen.
If it's not the grenade.
Throw the grenade!
It's not the grenade.
I need to get out. Throw the grenade.
When did that happen?
Well, sort of in all of the chaos.
Well, congratulations. That's a high honor. Is this like a recital or a solo performance? Is this a morning, afternoon
I'm
thing?
more of an opening act.
For who?
Tomorrow?
There's going to be 2 concerts tomorrow.
No, just the one.
You're opening for Morgan.
Yeah.
That's wonderful news.
Do things start to move? Should I duck?
This is Faylene. Mephanway's just sitting there not saying anything.
She's not going to attack her flesh and blood, I would hope.
Until the
Insight
gayest
check.
triggers, anyway.
No, Matthew.
So,
Goodbye,
no.
just a few numbers, not a whole to-do, right? You don't have enough time to prepare for all that.
No, just a few little pieces or something.
You'll probably be doing a couple duets with that glitch that you brought that came to dinner.
Oh, that's sounds maybe, probably. I'm not sure. I don't know the details yet.
We read the papers, Gilly. We're not stupid.
I didn't imply that you were. I just didn't know the details so far. Gilly legitimately doesn't know if she's playing with Glitch or not.
Right. How has that been going with him?
Well, I don't know. Just figuring things out right now. I'm not sure. There's been quite a bit going on, and that's not exactly the first thing on my mind.
Well, don't be afraid to keep. I know you don't really share too many of those things with me, but keep your mom in the loop at the very least.
Sure.
All right.
I'm picturing as this conversation is happening, everyone else is just very silently eating their food, awkwardly making yourself busy with the compass.
I'm sorry,
You're
I don't get to see her, and you're all about to whisk her halfway across the country. So it's either now or never. I gotta get my digs in. So,
He's positively smitten with her.
He is.
I'm gonna make a stealth check.
To ghost?
Yeah, just to I am getting up. I'm just gonna get up and leave. That wasn't really good. That was only a 14.
So you and your foot catches on the chair, and everyone just watches you leave.
Yep, and I'm gonna go around the corner and then just listen in, but out of eyesight.
Really, that's good to hear. That's nice. He's awfully attractive. I hate to say it, but he's prettier than my wife.
How does she react to that? Should we laugh?
Yeah, she's making a joke. They're both laughing. Well, I actually have to go to a meeting at the Cassilian Grid, so I'll be on my way about the mines.
Good.
Anything else you'd like me to take to them?
To the mines.
To
the
to Rendell.
Yeah, to Rendell.
To the Duke.
Don't know.
I think the mines is probably the best political matter for you to focus on that we know of. Whether I don't
Anything else I should know?
spend that much time in the glide.
Anything else I should know?
Anything you want to talk about? Because now would be the time if you want to, but...
And the kids aren't around, right? It's just
They've
the
been there,
adults.
yeah.
It's come to my attention you talk about having monsters in the glide.
Yeah. In the mist hide a lot of things.
I think you guys have more than one dragon on your hands.
Really?
How would you feel about knowing there's a young, not quite full-fledged green dragon in your backyard?
How close are we talking?
Where's that waterfall?
Fallowglen Hallow. Right?
I mean, when you get out past the bridge in the glide, especially in the northwest because of the tensions with the Son of Storms, I mean, yeah, that makes about sense. I don't know. You can alert the authorities, but there's not a lot they can do.
That's what we figured. Just wanted to let you know that she was out there.
Still steer clear of Fallowglen Hallow, I say, now that you've settled your business there. Don't want to go onto the nasty creature like that.
She's less nasty at the moment, I think.
Oh, okay.
Certainly less nasty than a full-fledged adult dragon.
True.
I'll mention it to Rendell and see what he says about it. Maybe the Shining Knights can do something. Well, y'all have a good day and don't get in any more trouble. And she leaves. The Feinway's just sitting there quiet.
You okay, Mom?
I'm doing fine. Just happy that we're all here. I mean, I know Finnan's on his way to Mercinia, but he's an adult. He can handle himself.
How's Trilly doing this morning?
She's fine. She doesn't know anything.
We'll try to check in on Finnan when we pass through Mercinia. But, I can bring him some gold if you want.
I'll send some. He's gonna reject it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's gonna find work as a messenger. That's kind of what he was doing around here. Just to keep himself occupied.
Sure.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna get my day started as well. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks.
She leaves.
It's interesting that they're not asking what it cost.
They know how these contracts work. The less they know, the less...
Well, I mean, the contract's gone now, so... But it's interesting that... But they haven't asked how we accomplished that.
I mean, we're relatively capable in and of ourselves, so they may not even suspect anything.
We came back as whole as we started.
I'll return to the table. Right. Go back.
You gonna be okay there?
Yes, I'd just like to avoid dangerous situations.
Oh, she wasn't too dangerous. Not this morning, at least.
To your point, Gilly, maybe they feel a level of embarrassment for the situation that they put us in. I would prefer to put it behind them.
That's fair.
So about this dragon,
What about her?
you're hinting pretty heavily that we need to deal with this thing.
I would
I mean,
like
it's a
to if
dragon.
you guys would help us.
Close to a city. It's certainly not safe for it to be out there.
Because as far as I understand, minus one or two dragons in history, green ones can be deceptive? Destructive?
I think both things.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I mean, they do a lot of hoarding and probably, how they get their hoards probably aren't peaceful methods. So having that so close to the glide, or having that in the glide so close to Bridgeton, concerns me too.
If you said she's close to molting or whatever, then time is of the essence.
Can I see if there's anyone potentially listening to us?
Yeah, what, roll perception. What would you get?
13.
Oh, yeah, no one seems to be listening. Master Pluth is, like, far off in the distance with the kids, and no one's listening.
Like, the room is just filled with unseen servants.
It is, but they don't have memories.
Good deal.
So,
They're just ghosts.
That's what they tell you.
how much do you know of your pre-arresting light history?
I mean, what are you asking about?
Just,
That's a very broad question.
I don't know what education you got in the glide. I don't know what you would know about some of the older stories.
I don't know, try me.
Talking about green dragons, do you remember a story about Eurysadril?
You've heard of her. Yeah.
Sure. She was Mordru's wife.
Yeah, to save her people, her country.
Is that what I would have been taught? More or
She
less.
was the prime consort of Modru, and that's one perspective. You do know that.
Okay. Sure, I know that that's one version of the story.
It's a good version.
And what was the fate of Eurysadril? I'm sorry, I did not attend history class.
You know what? I didn't either. I'm not entirely sure what happened between then and now. I just know then and I know now.
Yeah, insight?
Roll insight.
I'm immediately
'Cause
suspicious.
I've never learned the history between then and now, have I?
Nope. No one knows.
Okay.
Where'd it go?
So
17.
she's honest, but you're not sure what she's talking about. What she means by now. Now is that Eurysadril's dead and long gone.
What do you mean now?
So, if you've been paying attention the last 3 or 4 weeks that we've been traveling together, anytime you've probably cast the detect magic, then my cloak would have shown up as one of the many things that came along. She is whatever's left of her soul is in this cloak.
We just can't get away from anything, can we?
No.
What's Justice know about Modru?
Modru, go ahead and roll religion.
My specialty. That is a 5.
Yeah, I will lore
I did
explain.
fight in Modru's memory.
Yes, you fought in Modru's memory, and that was the mountain. That was the mountaintop where the hero of Marissa and founder of the new of Athadia defeated Modru. Modru was the vile tyrant. He was the king of all sorcery kings, and his empire seemed to stretch the globe.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the cloak contains the trapped soul of Eurysadril, the wife of Modru.
The consort, yeah.
A green... Ancient?
Beyond ancient.
Beyond ancient green dragon. So that's how you know about this dragon.
Yep.
It's one of hers?
I think she feels unfortunately, yes.
Is she advocating that we kill one of her own brood?
Yes.
Why?
I'm sure there's a number of reasons, some of which I don't understand. I've not said that we will, just that we'll find her.
I can't just get one day to process things.
No.
Don't think so. Pretty sure since you play tomorrow evening, yes?
Yeah.
Tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight. It was 24 hours from last night. You're only doing like 2 little numbers.
You'll be fine.
Mother.
Does the situation need to be
Thought it was-
addressed today, immediately?
We've got about 48 hours.
She gave you a countdown.
If you want to look at it that way. So
it's
if
gonna
we
move.
don't want to deal with an adult dragon, then yes, we have a countdown. Otherwise, she'll be around after that, just fully molted.
Would I know what that process entails?
So traditionally when a dragon molts, they become much stronger. Much stronger. But they also celebrate by usually destroying or leveling a nearby settlement and collecting hoard.
Would I have known that?
It's common knowledge.
Okay.
If not leveling a horde, then demanding tribute or killing some nearby big bad or big good, rather, or depending. And basically collecting a triumph for awakening and becoming larger and stronger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess this
we
is
should-
much more urgent than I'm making it. So,
I might have forgot to mention it.
yeah, maybe.
Just minor details.
How territorial are dragons?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. To answer that question.
And how would I think that the Silver Siren would react to knowing that there is a dragon in her
You get
midst?
the sense that an adult dragon couldn't take Bridgeton.
Sure.
They would be easily rebuffed, but there are other towns in the Glide, much more vulnerable.
But would in history and would I think that Deciders would protect those towns or no?
Yeah, it's just the green dragons are sneaky, which have time to protect them.
Sure.
Which even know about the threat.
Okay.
And you're sitting here thinking you can't remember a time Tessadras protected anything.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
Do you say any of this out loud?
Well, I was thinking about whether or not Tessadras might be protective, but I don't think so. Not in her I don't think she's ever really been.
Would I know anything?
I
Any
don't want
times
to
where
say
she's
this too
stepped in
loud
and done
as
anything?
she is the dragon of the Glide, dragon of Bridgeton. But the history I've been told is that she's a bit of a coward. Will protect her own, but very little else.
Yeah, throughout my
Is that your residual talking there?
Maybe.
So we've got a dead dragon talking shit about a live dragon. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, throughout my long years, I've never heard of Cedrus actually protecting anything.
Same. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that she's a coward. It just means she's not protecting things.
It is worth
Which means we cannot rely on her.
Sure.
It is worth noting that Bridgeton has basically never been attacked.
So, there's never really been too much of a need, but she hasn't gone out of her way really to go and protect anything else. That's
So
worth noting.
I'm going to sidetrack this conversation on purpose. I promise it all comes around.
Okay. Trusting
How
you.
do we feel? How do we feel about the Son of Storms while we're talking openly?
I believe that his motivations seem to be somewhat in line with the,
Collective.
yeah, the Heathens Collective. Thank you, and potentially even Morgan.
Are they working together?
I have heard nothing from Beverly.
Can you ask?
I can. I think finding him is going to be difficult. Right now, especially on our time frame with Gilly's concert and the fact we have 48 hours.
So finding him is less in my worry. I just want to know where we stand on him and what we might want to do if we want to pursue him while we're here.
What?
I mean, he might be a powerful ally.
Question. What sorts of nobles has he been killing in the Glide?
He's killed a whole lot of...
Is it focused on Lanags, or is it just kind of...
It has been Lanix. It has been Lanix. And it
hasn't been us. Has it been anyone that would
Go ahead.
that would be more along the progressive lines, like where my mom is? My mom.
No, he has killed some Half Moons, and he has killed some Lanix, and he has
Killed
killed...
some half-moons?
Yes. And... Yep. This should be it. And he's killed some 10 pennies.
Half moons, 10 pennies, and Lanix.
Yep.
Okay, and their affiliations are what really?
They're nobles.
Right, but do I know anything about
They're the...
if my parents had been?
So the 10 pennies are the people who oversee the Grand Brush Conservatory and Neverfor College, but not the Tranquil Chamber. And then the Half Moons are, of course, the Half Moons, and then Lanix are the Lanix. So they're less allied with the O'Sheas. The O'Shea's friends are Hog Collars and the Flints. The Flints. And the Good Barrels. Those are the O'Shea friends. All the working families and the unionists.
So the Half Moons, do they tend to be on the sides of the Lanix for the most part? Like,
yeah, they have
more
in recent
conservative
years.
And more.
Yep, more conservative in recent years. They are the ruling house, so they walk, both sides.
Sure.
So, I think we can get to the Son of Storms if we want to. Because we could jailbreak the Goliath, or the giant Goliath? That we healed, or I may have healed the one we saw getting whipped before stepping out of the shadows the other day.
That was a
He
kind
saw
but
me.
risky move.
Sounds about right.
He knows my face. I think he would
That's good.
take us to the Son of Storms.
I already know where to find the Son of Storms.
How's that?
I did some research.
Sorts of research. I mean,
I asked questions of the Goliaths in the mines, and they told me where to find them.
when did you do that?
The other night when you were... Well, you don't sleep. But when you were sleeping, you don't sleep.
He's sneaky. That's what he does.
I have lots of
Also,
time on my hands. I thought I would put it to productive use.
Much time on your
did you
hands.
recognize one of the Goliaths as our train was being demolished?
Well, I do have some difficulty telling the other races apart, but one of them did seem familiar, yes.
Well, didn't we talk to one down at the docks from the shadow thieves from the mines? She defected.
Oh, the female.
Yeah, and
What was her
there
name?
was
Illugus?
That sounds correct.
I mean, you told us about her.
close enough.
Yes, now that you mention it, that one did bear a resemblance to one of the ones on the airship.
So we did bribe her and have a positive conversation with her before she left.
Although if she's...
That could keep us from getting immediately killed.
Oh, maybe she should grant us an audience.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't attack us. They only went for the blade.
Correct.
They left us for dead in the damn mists, but
I did hit one.
don't
of the
worry, nobody's bitter about that.
I don't think that was intentional,
Okay.
Leslie.
So knock
I
on
think we were just
wood, we
collateral
don't
damage.
want to depose the Son of Storms immediately before having any further investigation.
Not entirely thrilled that he's gone around killing nobles in the Glide. Like, he's just gone around killing people. I'm not saying that he doesn't have a worthy plight or anything like that, but he's still gone around murdering people.
I recommend there are very immediate issues that require our attention. Gilly has to prepare for a concert tonight, and we have a molting dragon in the
So
next 48 hours.
this is where the full circle comes.
Oh, good.
I
I was waiting.
trying to figure out if we were against the Son of Storms I think we have enough silver tongue between the four of us to potentially talk the green dragon into using the Son of Storms as her molting ground, celebration style. If we wanted to, two birds, one stone. But if we want to give the Son of Storms a chance, then less likely.
I
feel like we should. Sorry.
No, you go.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't trust the dragon.
No, we never trust the dragon. The dragon still goes down.
But we don't have enough information on the Son of Storms or what his goals actually are to make that decision and just sick a green dragon on him.
I didn't know if you guys knew something I didn't.
That just seems all sorts of unpredictable.
Yes.
I do give you points for
unmanageable.
thinking outside of the box.
Good idea.
That is an interesting thought, but I don't know how we would accomplish that.
And I just wanted to clarify, I do not believe that I have a significant amount of silver in my composition.
It's all lead.
Well, not in the
Almost
facial
like dead
region.
weight.
It's a turn of phrase.
And
See, silver tongued is an expression.
I understand.
Okay,
That was humor.
so you're learning both expressions and more humor. Okay then.
you're teaching him so well, Gilly.
I don't know that I'm doing anything.
So,
Okay, so then we will leave the dragon and the Son of Storms mutually exclusive, because do you have any idea how long it takes to get to the Son of Storms?
I would give it approximately 4 days.
Christ. Yeah, no, then they're not a together problem. They're separate problems.
So yeah, you actually have to pass by the west brook of the Elementine Mountains. So the Elementine Mountains go like they have like this split, and on right here, on the northwestern side of the glide, on that other side is where you're from.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And so he is somewhere in that general area.
Got it. So I would know these things.
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay. How have I never been to the glide?
It's really because it's terrifying to go into.
T-Rexes, moldy. Yeah.
Moldy dragons.
I got it.
Moldy
Moldy.
And the mountains aren't easy to pass through, so.
Okay.
So
So do we have any other issues on the table while we're in the glide besides these two and the Lanix, but table
I think
that
your
one?
friends
that will
had
come
something
in
for
time.
us to do.
Oh yeah, I still have to touch base with them, especially after them shielding.
Trilly.
Yeah.
We
We do owe them a favor.
I do.
and there is
And
the
they
matter
have
of
papers for you.
Civilius's debt to
And
Beverly.
Oh, I'm sure Beverly will bring that up when the time is
Most inappropriate.
So then today, why don't we tie up some loose ends? You focus on your concert, and then tomorrow morning we head out.
Does
Love that plan.
Perfect. Nice and simple.
Yeah,
So
that
you
sounds
want
like
to
a
talk
pretty-
to Beverly. I want to go talk to Brahm. If anyone wants to go with me, you're welcome to.
I might tag along, although maybe before we go our separate paths, Gilly, you can attend to your practice. The three of us can brainstorm if there's anything we know about green dragons that would aid us in our fight. I hear they use poison. Maybe we stock up on supplies with our recent
Well,
hoard.
You go go down to the Devil Dog. I can always head over to the tower and see if there's any
we can do
information
some
in the library.
research.
There is a giant pile of books under my name,
Okay.
all on dragons.
Nice. Perfect.
Okay then.
We got a plan.
And just as a note, you need to be there at the Devil Dog to
That's what I
discuss
thought,
the.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, then I will go with Sevilius as he does his research, as I have some kind of rapport with the Mistress of the Mists.
Would you
Maybe you'll win this
require any? Do I know that you do poisons?
I probably not. I mean, I haven't been super. No, probably not.
Never mind. I retract all statements going forward.
So, Sevilius is going to head to the. You both are going to head to the Obfuscarant Spire. You two are going to head to the Devil Dog. Let's do the Obfuscarant Spire first. So, you guys get ready, you get you settled, get on your gear, and you head out. You arrive at the Obfuscarant Spire, the mist still billowing out. And you enter, and just as it was before, there's pretty much no one in here yet again. And the Mistress of the Mist sits there at the door. Ah, hello.
Hi, it's nice to see you again. I believe our comrade, Selena, has some books that she's had set aside on dragons of the green variety.
Yes, she does.
May I look through those and study them?
You are not Selena Alquin.
She gave us permission to use her rental, or as it were,
Do you have proof?
our word.
I was wondering if that was a problem.
I can go get her, but it might take some time.
Because we have sparred, I will let you, but do not be deceiving me. If Selena Alquan comes in here displeased that I have let someone else look at her reserves, I will be cross with both of you.
That is absolutely understandable.
All right.
It will not happen.
Thank you.
Let me get them for you. Is there anything else you need?
I don't believe so, unless you need anything, Justice.
Let me think about that, please.
What's your armor class?
My AC right now is...
Quick on combat.
Ah, yes. I believe it's a 16.
D&D Beyond.
There is a shuriken that's flying at your face.
I'm gonna try to dodge it if I can.
Deflect missiles.
Oh, yes, that's right. I have that feature. I've literally never used it before, so now I'm gonna look at it and see how I use that.
You roll a d10. You add your monk level plus dexterity.
Perfect. I have it. And I just literally tucked my d10 behind the thing because I'm like, I'll never use my d10. 7 plus my monk level is 4 plus my dexterity. So that's 11 plus dex is 3. So what did I say?
It's hard.
14.
So you catch it. You.
I'm like, did she throw it at me?
She did.
I'm going to spin a key point and I'm going to throw it back at her.
Roll an attack.
Can I have my books before this starts?
It's just a 12.
So it's just. She doesn't even move. Good catch.
Thank you. Same.
Doesn't get the books.
That's funny. This is how friends say hello.
So she sets down the massive reference. She sets down the massive source book. She gives you the reference files and how to kind of search them. She's like, "Is there anything else you require, Sevilius Anastasia?"
No, just that'll be all. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I will start paging through and looking. So.
All right. Roll. You have history, right?
Yeah.
So roll history with advantage.
It is so much better that he's doing this and not me.
2 6s.
Good job. Yeah.
Yeah. 13.
All right. So you're in the weeds of research.
Yeah.
You don't. Whether it's just. So you were sitting there attempting to research, but you find your mind drifting over to the sword that has not arrived.
Yes.
And you're sitting there, and you're just like, you were not trying to be petty, but like he said, Professor Vasilier said he would make you a sword.
2 weeks.
He said it'd be 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And it's been really long, and it's been a long time since you've had a magical sword worthy of your hand. And you're sitting there remembering the time, God, 400 plus years ago when you were taught how to sword play. And you hear the voice of your father, Sevilius, if that's not a repost. Sevilius. And because of that, you are just like, oh. Like 2 hours passed, and you're like, what? You're like, oh, wait, I haven't done any research.
No.
And you... Oh, go ahead.
They're green.
During that...
The dragons are green.
How are the studies going? I'll ask him how the studies are going.
They're green. It's going.
Naz is just behind you. You seem to be struggling.
I'm distracted.
What is it about dragons that you wish to learn?
Do they have any weaknesses? Are they strong to anything?
Green
Dragons
basically
have
just-
no... Dragons, in general, have no notable weaknesses. They are cunning, they are large, they are clever, they are quick.
Wonderful.
And the dragons of this world are almost all practitioners of the arcane arts, some of them in the divine. So no. What dragon are you? What color or make of dragon are you attempting to learn about?
Green, pre-molted.
Deceivers, tricksters. Most of them alive today have descended from Eurysadril, the slumbering goddess who was murdered by the hero of Marissa, the Battle of Modra's memory. They often implement magics that have to deal with charm, mind control, invisibility, and poison.
That would make sense for deceiving.
Do you know of any notable items that could help protect ones who would be facing such a dragon?
Anything that gives you resistance to poison damage would be an incredible help, as their breath weapons are beyond deadly. And having been assailed by one, I can tell you that it is like your organs are being liquefied. Not that you have any, but I assure you the living wood in your body would find the experience unpleasant.
Yeah, that sounds very unpleasant.
Well, the Warforged are naturally resistant to poison. I'm
They
sure
are.
that this would be much greater than my fortitude could withstand. So, it sounds like some kinds of potions to help our allies.
Yes, if we can find potions of poison resistance or something of the like.
I would recommend that you shop at Elder Secrets, but it has recently met an incendiary end at the hands of an unknown assailant.
Are there any alternatives in
What a
town?
shame.
What a shame.
Excuse me?
Are there any alternative shops in town?
I have potions here, a small collection, the Tranquil Chamber, if you were a member, which you are not. You could attempt to acquire some. As far as a number of resistance to poison potions, they may be difficult to come by. Also, on the offensive angle, if you could get your hands on perhaps a weapon of dragon slaying or an arrow of dragon slaying, they are quite powerful, although I do not know of any in the area.
They sound rare and expensive.
Indeed, quite.
Interesting. Well, you've been a standing help.
Thank you, and you are welcome.
Carry your books back, and you can put them back into reserve for Selena.
I will. She has just 5 more days. She takes.
I will let her know.
Is Follow Holler? What is it?
Fallowglen Hallow.
Fallowglen Hallow.
Fallowglen Holler? Is that outside the reach of your mists?
No. Have you not been there?
I have. This was actually more Chase asking the question, but he did it in the player voice.
Okay, gotcha. No, the mists were in.
Would it interest you if such a creature were going to come to its adulthood within the scope of your mists? Or potentially put this city in danger?
Did you say adulthood?
It will be molting soon is the term that was used.
A dragon of an adult age is no threat to Bridgeton, however, it could endanger the smaller sediments. However, Fallowglen Holler is under the protection of a powerful elder hag. However, were she to meet her demise, the vacuum that would create in the power structures would provide an opening for this dragon. But my understanding is she is incredibly resourceful and protected by powerful magic.
Do you happen to know her name?
Agnes.
Oh.
If it became known that Agnes had recently met her demise,
Impossible. I would know. Although, I must say I haven't looked at that part of the area for some time.
would you like to take a look at that area?
Not at this current time. The Elder Hag of Fallowglen has been alive for some 900 years.
I believe that you will find that she is no longer of this earth.
How did you come by that information?
I witnessed it.
First-hand knowledge.
Too bad it's not there. I would have smacked.
I don't know if you are familiar with the laws of the Glide, but hags are capable of obtaining citizenship. Entering into legal contracts, one of which I maintain here, the Spire.
Oh,
I had no particular love for that particular hag, but you may not want to broadcast that you saw her murdered.
That is good information to have.
Oh no.
Did you do it?
Oh no.
I did not strike her down, no.
Roll deception. She's going to roll with it.
Well, you didn't technically.
I didn't. I was being, like, said to
Yeah, that's not how lying works.
Yeah.
You're still trying to deceive.
Oh, wait, I get... Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, she's going to probably see through it, but that's only a 17.
Well, I'm sure that would have been quite the accomplishment for your order. She looks at your black monk robes.
Yes, indeed, they do like their rites of passage. So with that information at hand...
With that information at hand, I would say an adult dragon of Fallowglen Hallow could be expected to attack any one of the number of communities there that Agnes was responsible for protecting.
And in Agnes's vacuum, it would be up to...
It will leave Bridgeton vulnerable. One of the reasons that Agnes was allowed to persist in her form is because of the deal she made with Rendell Halfmoon, the Duke of the Glide. The devil you know, as they say.
Would there be some kind of... well, for lack of a better word, reward if a group of adventurers sought to protect the Glide from her?
There would be, but the Half Moons would, or the neighboring families would have to have knowledge of that dragon and have to place a bounty. The parts of a dragon have value. So if you are able to slay a dragon of any size, bringing those parts that you could, or presenting information about finding and locating a corpse would be paid handsomely to any one of the noble families.
With the Half Moons in particular?
They are the richest.
Understood. Appreciate your discretion in this manner.
Just be careful about who you go around not killing. It's a strange world. People who you wouldn't think would be part of society are in their own way. I found a place. I don't see why she couldn't.
Thank you for the information.
You are welcome.
I believe.
The best role play ever. Two monotone plays.
Oh man.
So, at the Devil Dog, Brahm is there, as he always seems to be. Ah, good to see you, ladies. Good to see you.
And yourself?
How are you?
Not as rested as I'd like.
Shall we go downstairs?
Absolutely.
All right, he leads you into the tavern behind the illusionary wall, into his office.
Mm-hmm.
Back so soon. Is this about our arrangement?
Well, wanted to make sure that we were on the clear if there was anything we could do while we were in town. Otherwise, making sure we had communication lines open for future.
Mm-hmm. And he pulls out and he gives you the counterfeits that you asked for.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we do have a job, a small task for you to help with here in Bridgeton. When you came here, you told us that you had made your way through the mists.
Yes.
And had found your way through the mines.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the best way of concealing and getting in contraband that we know of in the Glide. So, we would very much appreciate it if you could meet some of our crew down at the bottom of the mine and secure some contraband through the mines. Bring it up through there.
And show them the way so that they can
Yep.
do so again.
Yes.
Very good.
What sort of contraband?
Healing salves, potions on the grey market that aren't certified and sold at the House Moira's controlled price. That kind of thing. and a young man named Avery, who we rescued from slavery in Cardoon.
Is he being truthful about everything here?
Roll insight.
And this all falls in line with what I would normally know.
Yeah, this is Friends of the Fallen stuff.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Same here. What's your total?
Damn. Did we really just... Oh my god.
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Nat
Insight,
20 off.
Insight,
You did.
insight. 24.
He's telling the truth.
Oh man, he beat me.
You look at his dark, alluring
Yeah,
eyes.
of course.
He's just
You don't
staring
know
at
that. You know you
Level
didn't.
7.
I know.
Level
I
7.
know. Gilly doesn't know anything.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Gilly doesn't know.
So, are potions and what have you still being made where they were before, or do you get same as like?
We make them here, but it takes time. These are gray market ones that we're just
Of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
trying to up the supply.
Do you guys know about the status of the caves at the moment with the families and what's the mercenaries that are slowly taking over the glide? It appears.
Oh, you're talking about the
Grandling Company.
yeah, the Grandling Company.
Yeah.
Chief, yeah.
Do you know how they're running the mines at the moment?
I mean, about as you left them 3 days ago. I mean, you guys coming out of nowhere gave them a little bit of a spook, but apparently the word is you literally appeared out of nowhere, so they thought you, I don't know, missed it in or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one knows about the entrance you used.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you just know about them putting to the prisoners to slavery and
Yeah.
whippings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We've all heard about that.
Yeah. I know it's being taken up, and I know how we feel about politics and how the bourgeoisie gets things done. But
I'm sure someone's raising the issue at the council meeting right now.
literally, actually, they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure a lot will come of that.
You know, we have to try.
When we see the whites of their eyes.
So, that'll be, in about 3 or 4 days.
Okay, that we can handle as long as it's not tonight.
No, not tonight. I wouldn't
Or
drop that
tomorrow
on you.
night.
We can do it in 3 or we can drop it in 3 or 4 days. They're settled. They're making their way. They'll be settled in, and they can hold for a day.
For 4 days sounds good. Yes.
So.
Okay. Maybe we can meet them if we have the means to get down where there's light, so that we can at least get them a bit
Yes,
of
this
a...
will be by the cover of night, darling.
Well, light.
Light.
So
Oh.
We'll get down when
Yes,
there's light, so
yes.
that we can reacquaint ourselves with that
Yes.
entrance, and then give them some sort of drawing, then bring them back through it at night.
It sounds
Fair.
smashing. Yes.
Okay.
I
What
like
did
this
I
connection
miss?
of, like to reacquaint myself.
themselves with
Because
that
he literally
entrance.
already did that.
Oh.
So he's having
No.
a little meta laugh.
No,
No,
I'm
no.
laughing at the
Innuendo.
double entendre. I'm gonna
I
reacquaint
should've-
myself.
We're
with that
super
entrance.
mature here.
Yeah, I should have known.
The innuendo.
The innuendo, yes.
You know me too well.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Things 4 hours of sleep, guys.
Yeah. So,
And then, you had also mentioned a meeting of sorts that you wanted me to attend that farther out.
Mhm. Well, when you get back with the contraband, we'll have ourselves a little impromptu. How about that?
Okay, so building an extra.
All the
tent
key
for that.
players will be here once Avery's here, so.
Very good.
He's very young. He doesn't know anything.
Where?
He's special, so.
How is he special?
He's like me. And when he points to his chest, there's a glow of light.
Got it. Do I know what that is?
You're not sure.
Okay.
Do I know?
You're not sure. You're like, he just glowed.
And he's a tiefling?
Yeah, he's a tiefling.
Okay.
He glowed of light, though, which is
Yeah.
unusual.
But I mean, it's the Friends of the Fallen.
Yeah.
There's at least one cleric in the group.
Something
It's
like
glowy. Player talking.
that. Right.
Okay, that makes sense. And as we definitely appreciate you taking Trilly. I know
Of
it was
course.
short,
Mm-hmm.
And this is more than. This is. I wish we could do more while we were here.
You've done. You will do it. You get Avery here safe, and you'll have done enough. And you give us a lot of information. You gave us a way in. We've been looking for one for a while.
We'll have to talk at a later date. I don't have any immediate free time, but I might be able to help find more ways through the mist.
Really?
At a later time. Months, but.
Oh, okay.
Not now, but maybe eventually I can come back.
Yeah. Okay, we'll definitely stay in touch. And I'll be giving you... Do the job for me. You'll meet the key players. And I'll give you some more hands in Messinia, as it were.
Always welcome.
Of course, darling. I'm so glad everything worked out with Trilly. She's a special girl.
She is. Thank you again for keeping her safe.
You're more than welcome, darling.
Do you mind if we take a booth for a bit?
No, take one. So would you like... What would you... Oh, I actually have my menu. I have it this time.
Ooh! There's a menu.
There is, and I was kicking myself whenever I didn't.
And I've had so much coffee in my system that I need something to soak all of that coffee and regret up.
So...
Nothing will
what...
help you soak up the regret.
I don't want to hand... Well, I can hand it out. I'm assuming you guys don't want liquor.
Well, they never
Speak for yourself.
You can just ignore the info because none of that matters, because none of it's true. But yeah, there's the food and drink menu. We have lots
What's
of...
the fourth one down?
Of beverages or food?
Yes.
Yeah, she's just doing it by the numbers.
Jagged Dart Riesling.
Perfect. And food? Do they match up?
Pairs well with.
There's only 3.
Then give me the
wait. The fourth is a frog soup.
What's the third one?
Loaded red peppers.
I'll have some loaded red peppers and a Riesling, please.
Perfect.
I'll have the the herb-crusted rabbit.
All right. Anything to drink?
How about?
You're not there. Joking. You can talk.
I was about to say, you know this is a fantasy setting because that happened way too fast. Would you like to split the frog leg
Alright.
soup? Maybe if you have some of that, I can try yours.
What would you like to drink?
Shame on you.
We also have Tiefling Fire Whiskey.
I'll go with that.
All right.
Why not?
Perfect.
Can't get it anywhere else in the Blight.
Just... All right. Perfect. Okay. Go ahead.
So you've had a lot to take in the last couple of days?
Oh, you know. Yeah, a lot.
This is a safe space. Nothing leaves here that we don't want to leave here.
Sure. Right. I mean, home is safe too. Oh, feel pretty safe there. But I get what you mean. So thank you. Yeah, just a lot to sort of process through. But you know, now we have a dragon to get to, so
Yeah,
not
but
like we have a whole lot of time.
it only took us, what, an hour to get over here and have that quick conversation with Brom? It'll take the boy some time to read that pile. I don't think he realizes any books here.
Yes, Old Naz is quite thorough, so.
I sense that. Are they going to be able to pick up my books?
You know, maybe since she saw us all together before, but normally no, I don't think so. I
Should have said something. We would have sent them with a token.
It was not really the first thing on my mind. Sorry, I'm not
It's okay.
not quite as focused as I should be. Sorry, but I suppose they'll find us if they're having a problem.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry if you feel like I pushed you the other night. To take up the mantle of one of Morgan's knights.
I mean, it's really only a burden that, or, well, So I'm the only one who has to really suffer those consequences, whatever they are, good or bad. If anything, I feel more like the situation was put upon me, not necessarily that you put it upon me. So I appreciate that. I don't think you have really much of anything to apologize for, but I appreciate that.
I mean, not that I've broken vows created with a situation so dire, but I mean, consequences are rough and they don't always just apply to you.
True. Yes.
So I don't foresee Morgan being the same as Moira, but if you ever do, make sure you have your friends close.
Did you cross Moira?
What do you know about them?
My family's had quite a bit of political drama with House Moira.
Over what?
Oh, just rehabilitative polymorphing and such of those matters.
I feel like I should know what this is, having been a healer in the war.
Go ahead and roll Arcana, actually.
I'm okay with this. No, I'm not. 9.
You're like, what was that deal? You can.
I'm
if
not
you
speaking out of turn.
Yeah,
so
no, you're doing great.
Just
you guys are.
correct
both,
me. Correct
yeah,
me as
go
I.
for it. You're
okay.
both doing terrific.
Yeah. Well, rehabilitative polymorphing is a practice that House Moira was in favor of because, they have income and their main economy is through healing, as I'm sure you're aware if you worked with them, and but the practice of rehabilitative polymorphing. So if someone such as myself were to lose some limbs or a few digits and became unable to accomplish their daily tasks as they used to be, they can seek, or they were able to seek, rehabilitative polymorph to give them back the use of those limbs, those features. But of course this wasn't permanent, and of course you had to keep going back and paying for those services each time you needed to use them.
So rather than just restoring what was, they were giving you
like
right?
basically the lingering memory. So like if you didn't know how to walk, what they would tell you is, we're going to polymorph you into an ape, and you'll learn how to walk through the memories that you retained while you were an ape for an hour a day. And they would charge you a lot of money for that.
Oh,
and of course you know that it doesn't work that way. You don't retain those memories or the muscle. They were basically saying they could retrain your muscle memory and your nerves and reconnect them by polymorphing you an hour a day for a lot of money.
And this would have jogged my memory, and I would have remembered this.
You're now like, yes. Click, click, click.
That's right.
So thank you for filling in.
You got it. Yeah, it's all right. It's a very
Yeah.
I had forgotten that they had tried that before and after the war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so my family has fought very hard against that usage, and
It's a waste of everyone's time and money.
It is. But my mom, who is the transmutation expert, sort of was the driving force of figuring out that sort of practice was useless or exploitative, and
all you had to do was ask a druid.
Sure, but I'm glad that you see
You
it
had
that
to
way.
find one of us, but
Sure. And me ma was able to argue it politically. So the two of them together worked very hard to get that practice abolished.
Yeah, it's illegal now.
Yes, abolished, and it is no longer legal because of my parents. So
Which
I'm quite
crippled,
proud of them.
yeah,
for
which
that.
crippled House Moira's income stream for a long time.
So speaking of enemies of House Moira,
Alternative
and
medicine.
you would ask
Never
them
works.
to help you with your hand?
I don't know what I would be asking them for help with. I'm sure that I would have to pay for a service, just like anyone else, but, certain political strings might be able to be pulled. I'm not really sure.
There have to be better options.
Well, so far, this is working out, so... Better option. Here, it is. Yeah. And, of course, there's augmentation as a potential, so...
So that would have happened, what, about 10 years ago, just after the war? That you're...
It was about a little closer to 15, but yeah, basically, yeah.
That would explain why they were so touchy about their income stream.
Is that what is it that put you on their crosshairs or on their list of persona non gratis?
So I served, and because of them, really ended up with my friends. I served as part healer, part spy during the war. Traveled a lot. I was part of a small group, very small group. There were 2 of us most of the time. We were tasked to bring those who could pay much of the time. And as Moira handled many of the healers, she used our expertise to get nobles and...
Which Moira are you speaking of?
Fonzia? Yeah.
She's the leader of the house, right?
No, Cassandra.
No, wait,
Cassandra Moira is the Archester.
Fonzia is the Viscount.
Yeah, she's the Viscount of Trilea.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, she handled many of the healers during the war, as it was a big money driver for
She's
them.
a right proper twat, ain't she?
Thank you.
And I would have lost whatever I was drinking through my nostrils.
Breath weapon.
I don't always speak like that in front of me, Mom, so...
No.
But I wouldn't be the first of shade to refer to one of the House Moira in that manner.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So
We don't get along.
more of the world that you were being exposed to during the war. If you couldn't pay and you were on the wrong side, you did not get healing. And that
Sounds like them.
That's unacceptable. And so pretty much if people knew if they showed up on my doorstep, didn't matter who they were. As long as there was no killing and no maiming near where these Switzerland grounds? What are they called?
Neutral zones.
Neutral zones.
Yeah, DMZs, yeah.
Yeah. Neutral zones. As long as you were friendly, no matter who you were coming from, didn't matter. And Moira didn't take kindly to that.
Well, that's very noble of you, and I commend your strong motivation and character there, because that's not an easy thing to stand up to to people like Fonzia and the like.
Well, when you can do it to your parents, you can do it to pretty much anyone. So, but that's a story for another time.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's, my partner for many of those travels, I think, ended up with the short end of that stick.
What do you
Haven't
mean?
been able to find him yet.
Not since the war.
Nope.
What do you suspect?
I don't know. Never found a body. Can't believe he's dead.
And did he share your feelings on the practices of House Moira?
Every day.
So he was doing the same bits of going against them.
We lived in the same place.
Does it sound like something that House Moira would, like, do some... Yeah.
I look for him every day. This is why one of the many reasons why I've joined this group. I can travel more of this particular world, and originally it was so I could get into pretty much all of the great houses while we were traveling across Gish. I mean, Sevelius has open doors pretty much. So does the
Sure.
Countess. Open doors all the way down. Unfortunately, I like you.
Terrible judgment.
The worst.
Yeah,
What's your wisdom
bad
score?
choice.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just say your wisdom score is
Yeah,
terrible?
16.
Is a druid. Yes, a druid. It's a dubstep.
Okay, dubstep.
Dubstep wisdom.
Druids don't need it.
Min max.
I don't know why.
And
I
at
can't.
that point, I'm gonna down whatever my drink is and
Yeah.
like get us out of there. Like I'm done.
Mm.
It's enough feelings for today.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Do you have something?
Well, I don't know what it would do, but I can at least inform me ma, about your situation, because it doesn't seem out of character for that lot to go and be vindictive.
The friends have had his picture for years. No one's ever spotted him, and it got back to me.
Sure.
And is
Wouldn't hurt to do a bit of asking. That's all I'm saying.
would I have an old flyer, like a missing persons flyer?
You have pictures of them.
So, I can provide a photo,
Sure.
but maybe not let her know exactly how we ended up in that situation.
Missing person.
Just a missing person that might be important to us, might be involved with Morga. I would appreciate that.
I think my mom would understand the actions you took and why.
Maybe.
So, yes.
I do want to ask Seville something as we're walking.
Yes. Tell them about the lover that you lost in the war.
Yeah.
I never said lover.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be-
That's
Never
true.
said
Sorry.
Go
lover.
ahead and spill the beans, Matt.
Hey, I don't know anything.
He was my work partner.
Yeah, that's true. Work partner.
You just have to. It would be ironic 'cause I'm actually him polymorphed. You just don't know. Yeah, it's the twisted web.
Justice was human all along.
Yeah, real boy.
Gideon shop comes back.
You don't know that. How do you know that name? Sevilius, I noticed that you seemed very distracted in the library.
Yes, I was. My mind wanders at times when I drink too much, it seems.
I've seen you spend 3 hours on your hair. I find that somewhat hard to believe.
You have it easy not having hair. But I guess you spend time on your disguises. Because you want people to look at you a certain way, right?
Yes.
It's the same way.
Are you telling me that this is your disguise?
So many feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a sense, maybe.
And is that what was distracting you in the library?
No, the past was.
Is it going to be a problem?
No.
Justice has a slightly different way of approaching feelings. Sorry.
You approach feelings?
I was thinking back to Professor Vasilior and how he still owes me a blade.
Yes,
So I may send him a letter when we get back to the manor.
Indeed.
Send word to him to see where he's at with that. Maybe getting forgetful in his old age.
Olive's still here? Was he old?
He's older.
He's aged. Yeah. It's hard to tell because so much of him was replaced.
Yeah. Well, I would not fret unless he is trying to avoid us. He owes you a debt, and I would help make sure that it is enforced.
Mm-hmm. No, we'll see.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure that we're operating at optimum efficiency tomorrow. It will be difficult.
Yes, it will be quite harrowing, but I think we'll pull through.
Of course. Do you think that I should have asked, well, I felt that I revealed too much, but Naz mentioned that she might have some potions.
She did. We can mention something to Selena, and she may be able to come back to get her books and ask about potions.
Mm. And she
And that
also
may be
mentioned
better than
Apologies. What were you saying?
And that may be better than confronting Naz again after that unfortunate discovery.
That was somewhat awkward.
Yes.
Did you know that the hag was a citizen?
No. I wouldn't have known that, would I?
She entered into a legal contract with lawyers and the Duke's consent.
But it's like lawyers with like the Heathens Collective.
It's like we
and
let
like
a 4-year-old out into the world.
Of course she was a citizen.
Huh. Yes.
I legitimately didn't even realize that. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard that lawyers are also less than human, so I just
True.
assumed that it was. Yeah.
That is the
Don't
joke.
worry, you're just insulting my uncle there. Don't worry about it.
You're not here.
I know.
So yes, and Naz had also mentioned something about being a member of the Spire. Did you catch that?
The Tranquil Chamber.
The Tranquil Chamber.
Who, Agatha?
No,
No.
and as she says, if you are a member of the Tranquil Chamber, you can get potions.
Oh, yeah. No, we can talk to Mofunwe about that.
We can explain.
Oh no!
I'm a fun way. We're gonna kill a dragon. We need potions. Okay.
She was there when we were talking about it. She knows.
Oh yeah, I figured. Okay. Well, that is all I needed. Maybe we can reconvene and then see if there are any alternatives. If we cannot get there any from Naz.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Good.
Good job, guys.
On our way back, do you know of any other potion shops in town that weren't set on fire?
Aside from Elder Secrets, no.
Can I keep an eye out for anything that looks medicinal, sketchy, druidic on the way
Sure.
back?
I mean,
I will just be frank with you. You left the greatest source of potions left in Bridgeton. The Friends of the Fallen
That's what I
are
was
the
about to
biggest
say.
suppliers
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
Why don't we?
If you're not in part of the Tranquil Chamber, or in Naz has a few, the Friends of the Fallen are the only ones.
Yeah. They said they were
It takes a long time to make potions.
bringing in like black market potions and shit.
How far do you think we are from them? Can I go back?
I mean,
Maybe I'm
Would
laughing.
you want to be like,
we
this is
just
a little
before we leave,
anticlimactic?
yeah.
Oh, I'll turn around. Hey, Brom, I need some potions.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. He said, well, you need potions?
I think we may be traveling into some areas where poison resistance would be, and I have coin. No.
At the discount, but we can get them to you. Sure. 100 gold a pop for potions. They're normally 200 market rate, so.
Oh, that's.
What
Didn't even
potions
blink
are
an eye.
these?
Resist poison. Last an hour. Resist damage poison.
And then just in case we manage to negate one of our potions, is there antidotes that I could also?
Any antitoxins?
Sure. But those aren't very expensive.
Right.
Yeah. So I would say if you have them and you have them
We
to
do.
spare,
We do.
4 of the potions and at least 4 of the antitoxins.
Alright. 4 potions of poison is 400 gold. The 4 antitoxins will say, I think it's 50 gold. They'll just say 50 gold. They're not very expensive.
Okay.
You're saying
50 gold each or total?
50. So we'll say 40 total, 10 apiece.
Okay.
Cures
40
poison.
for the antitoxin
Yeah.
and
400 for the potions. 440 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
potion poisons of
Got it.
potions of poison resistance, not
Okay,
potions
now I
of
have
poison.
to do math, guys.
Yeah, exactly. I'm healer.
Well, there's
I'm gonna get in your way, and I'm gonna
It's
still
110.
So 21
Oh, she's doing her math.
9 minus 440. You said?
yeah, 110 per person.
You're just gonna
Oh, wait.
split.
Yeah, but I have to give him money now, guys.
Oh, well.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You're never getting paid back. I'm gonna ghost you.
Do you have
I'm a
enough for all of
ghost.
it?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. No, I'm more than okay. Thank you.
I see all your secrets. Okay.
So, you guys reconvene. We'll say that you guys set up like a little meeting place in Agreeth Gardens, because you wouldn't have wanted to meet back in O'Shea Manor in case you had to double back. The 4 of you meet back in Agreeth, the Wreath Gardens, beautiful gardens there. And what do you say? The 4 of you have now reconvened at the Wreath Gardens in Bridgeton.
How did research go?
It went okay. we had some issue getting the books, but
Someone
Naz
might have
was
told me you might have had an issue.
I didn't think of it until after we were sitting down, and I'm sorry.
It was a minor setback. It was fine.
But we did learn some stuff from Naz on green dragons, and that we should probably pack poison resistance. They tend to have invisibility, charm, terrible breath weapons that will melt your organs
With poison.
with poison.
Well, we just so happened to, thanks to Selena's quick thinking, picked up potions of poison resistance and antitoxins for each of us. So,
Wow.
that should help.
So there's one each for each of us, if you want to add
Perfect.
it to your thing. When we're done with all this adventuring, I will... We can talk prices and stuff.
400% interest.
Excellent.
Well, that was very useful.
So, if everyone wants to write one of those down.
Nope.
Okay.
I refuse.
I got it.
You refuse. So, where are we?
You were in Wreath Gardens. It's like
Wreath
the
Gardens.
yeah. It's in.
Again.
You're in Bridgeton.
Probably no. Oh, it's not at your home.
No,
No.
I figured you guys should meet in Bridgeton
Okay.
in case you need to. Like,
So,
Yeah, we're in town. We're just meeting us in
you're in
Park.
town. You're meeting in town. That way, it's not like
Just-
an hour there, hour back kind of thing. Yep.
Is there anyone paying attention to us?
Roll perception.
20.
Nope.
So I will say relatively quietly. We found our third thing while we were out and about.
Third thing.
I asked earlier if there was anything else on the list of things we need to do while in Bridgeton.
Oh.
Um,
Hopefully not too dangerous.
no, actually nothing we haven't done already.
Okay.
There's guess I really haven't told you guys very much about the friends or what they do. Who they
No,
are.
not at all.
I just parade you around them. So
you're used to being paraded.
Go.
Gust.
How much do you guys know about House Morva?
Not very much. I knew they provided healing magics during the war.
Well, turns out we have a bit of a common enemy. I don't know that my family.
Antipathy?
Yes. Common antagonists in our lives.
So during the war, yes, they provided healing, but only to those they deemed worthy, aka only those who could pay.
Okay.
Only to put it from your perspective, only the Warforged that their owners would pay for would get healed efficiently. Everyone else would be left to figure it out on their own. And if you were not on the side that with Moira, you weren't with the Gish.
I understand.
There was no, unless you were able to pay 2, 3, 4, 5 times what they were asking Gish to pay.
Sounds
think
like
so.
typical Gish.
How does this lead to a third job?
So you were with us when we dropped off Trilly.
Yes.
They requested that we do a favor for them. Thankfully, this favor is saving, not anything else. But they have a number of potions they need to move around the city that don't have papers. And there is a
Rescued slave.
asylum from farther north that they're bringing in as well, that we need to get safely across town. And we made our way from the Mists and the mines up into the city, which is since now unheard of, evidently.
Well, good thing that we know the way.
Yeah. Sounds like a noble enough cause. I'm sure we can fit it into our busy schedule.
They're flexible. So
Perfect.
a couple of days out from now, if you guys don't mind having a sleepless night with me,
Yes. We'll offer our services however we can.
I appreciate it. It's to repay Gilly's favor to the friends here.
Okay.
Did you guys have, did I ask about your research? Yes?
Yes.
No.
Okay, good.
Minor information, just heads up. Apparently, the hags are actual citizens of this world, and providing information of their murder is tantamount to admitting to a crime, so I would advise not doing it.
I should have pieced that together too. Shoot.
I know that it wasn't a big deal in the circles you ran with in the war. You probably had competitions happening. I know many did. However, the rest of the world doesn't take kindly to death. They're kind of afraid of it. So don't tell it.
It's hard for me to keep track of the creatures that we kill and get rewarded for, and the creatures that we kill and are held accountable for. So.
Just pretend we're held accountable for all of them.
Perfect.
Oh,
that's gold.
Oh, let's assume we're accounted for all of them.
Okay. Unless there's a warrant out or some sort of flyer in advance.
Yes, but if you can't remember the difference, don't talk about any of them.
Okay.
That's probably a good rule of thumb.
Okay.
You have a small date and a concert to get ready for, and the rest of you have preparations to make.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So,
you have to get ready for.
Yes, you have to get ready for next day's journey. You guys will be. Who wants to actually attend the concert?
Sure.
Yeah.
Probably should, just to make sure everything goes okay, because we know how concerts go.
The last concert we went to was just so great. Let's split the party.
Yeah.
Are there
It
any,
worked last time.
are there any assassins around that I want to track down?
Everyone's an assassin. Alrighty.
So when we get back to Manor, I'll send a letter off to Vasilia asking the status.
Sure thing.
Before
whatever.
we part, are you reaching out to you and yours before the concert this evening?
I can. I mean,
You were gonna ask about our friend to the north.
correct, but I have more pressing matters to attend to, such as preparing for the concert.
Combing your hair.
Yes.
If
It
they
takes
would
time.
like cover to attend,
I think you'd understand.
No, I do.
and they don't already have it. I mean, every girl needs a date. So,
Okay.
Think
if
she's
he wants to
hitting on
attend the concert. Okay, I'm just gonna smack you upside the head with it.
Sylvia's is stonewalling you. He knows. He knows what you're saying. He's just
yeah,
stonewalling
being
you.
a jerk. So she has no patience for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're a pain.
I should go get ready.
I'm sure you.
You're
You
the
can
best.
be his date. Good job.
I need to start walking back.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna grow flowers on his back, on his cloak of billowing, with my druid craft.
I
They'll
billow
stay there
them
for
right
24
off.
hours.
And it looks like I'm walking away in a...
Good use of your magics,
Oh,
guys.
yeah. Good use of your magic.
So, you get a little message. Gilly, whenever you're ready, I'll meet you at the Bruini at Neverfar. Or sorry, at the Grin Brush Conservatory. It's Glitch talking to you.
Okay. Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it.
Trying to decide whether or not she's going to try to do anything before she heads that way.
Yeah.
Yep. Is Mephanway still around?
Sure. Or no, actually, no, she's not at the house. Sorry, she's at the Tranquil Chamber. She said that.
Right, okay.
Yep.
And the Tranquil Chamber's in...
The Bruini. It's in the same place.
Good.
That's where
right,
that's
right.
the peak of knowledge, basically.
I'm going to make a stop off on my way then to meet Glitch.
Okay.
At the Tranquil Chamber.
All right.
And see if I can get at least someone to come.
Yeah,
tell
you
them whether
arrive
they're
at
there. I know I can't get in.
Yeah, the cobalt-colored ancient stone structure that sits kind of low. The ceiling is very low, even for a halfling, and you know that most of the structure is underground. there is no entrance. There's no doors. There are no windows. There's just this kind of multi-level dome structure that is deep within the ground, and you stand in front of it. What do you do?
I use message. Mom, it's Gilly. I'm outside. Can you hear me?
There's no response.
And I don't know anything about how to let anyone know that I'm there.
Tranquil Chamber is incredibly secretive.
Shit.
It's very tranquil.
You could try knocking.
Knocking on the air?
No,
It's a structure, but there's no doors.
Yeah,
okay.
you just knock on
Just knock on the roof. You could try.
No.
Start stomping on the ground.
Yeah, they probably don't let magical whispers in there.
So we're gonna meet up with Glitch.
So you hear, Gilly, what are you doing? And it's your mom, mom standing behind you. It's Mafangli. And you see she has like a little sandwich in her hand, and she's with another scholar.
Oh, I was here looking for you. I just wanted to.
I was out walking. I was at lunch.
Oh, good.
I'll see you inside. And the other the other scholar just walks up and sinks into the ground. What can I help you with?
Well,
Eating your sandwich.
I was just wondering.
So good.
I was just wondering. You know, were some group of ne'er-do-wells or would-be heroes, would-be adventurers, look to protecting an area from a green dragon or some such. What sort of methods would be nice to prepare such a group for an endeavor such as that?
What the hell kind of sentence was that?
Oh, just a hypothetical sentence.
Oh. Paid a lot for your education. You go around talking like that.
Yep.
Oh. So a hypothetical group of adventurers is going to do something with a green dragon. And you can see she's looking down at her sandwich. She's like, and you want to know what? The best way what?
How would such a group go about doing that?
Just stay the hell away from dragons. What color? Green?
Green.
They do poisons. They're tricky. They like to hide.
And do you think that the powers that be would be able to take care of that in a timely fashion?
Yeah, if they could find it.
Mm-hmm. But finding it would be the tricky part, huh?
Yeah, they're hard to find.
Okay.
They're usually... Oh. Mm-hmm.
You don't know of any, little tricks of how to find one?
No, they would probably use the mist to... This is in the glide?
Hypothetically speaking.
They probably use the mist. Of course, it's a good sandwich.
I'm glad that's good.
At least keeping it straight.
It's just got just the right amount.
That's good.
Of consumable
Probably using
poison.
the mist to conceal themselves, so no. It'd be impossible. You'd have to have some kind of inside resource. Yeah. You're not going after a dragon, are you, Gilly? And she's now finished her sandwich and she's crumpling it up.
No dragon hunting for me today.
Roll deception.
Was a lie, she said today.
That's not how mine works.
Don't make me say it.
20.
All right.
I said, you cheating on me? Not today.
Yep.
Well, good luck at your show tonight.
Are you going to be there?
I'm so sorry. But She just
Sinks.
I love you very much. And she walks away and sinks into the ground.
And you're really...
Use meshes to say, love you too.
I don't even eat and I want a sandwich now.
You're welcome.
We have cupcakes.
So, you arrive at the Grin Brush Conservatory. Morgan, Glitch, and they're doing all the prep and pre-work, and you arrive at the 1,800 seat amphitheater, and they're on the stage. Oh, come on down, Gilly. Beautiful stained oak, but this is a very old, respected international house of music, and on this stage also sits a large adult silver dragon. And she's just standing there. And they seem to be conversing.
What's the standard? A curtsy or something?
Yeah.
Curtsy?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss O'Shea.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. What was...
Tessadris.
Right. But was there a...
The Siren of Peaks and the Diva of the Grinbrush Conservatory.
Right, the diva. That's the one that I hadn't written down. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
How have you liked being home?
Well, it's been a bit more, been a bit busier than I remember, and a bit more chaotic than I remember. But that sort of comes with growing up. So.
It's an up-and-coming city, this Bridgeton.
Yes, seems to be. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited for the concert tonight.
I'm particularly excited. Have I ever heard her sing? Maybe once.
Yeah,
in
you've
my
attended
life,
a concert once.
Okay.
She's very talented.
It's been quite a while since I've heard you, but I remember it being the most glorious thing I've ever heard.
Thank you very much. I'm just here to, on ceremony and to see the most talented international singer this area has produced in some time.
Oh, Maisa sends her regards.
She brightens up and her scales and wings kind of... She does!
She does.
That's wonderful to hear. Hi.
I just saw her over in Crackmandu. She has a shop there, I'm sure you're aware.
I sure wish she'd come by. I haven't seen her, ever. I've never met her.
I think she's a bit busy at the moment, but if I see her again soon, I'll let her know.
I look forward to your premiere, your debut.
Oh, I'm quite nervous about that. It's come on quite suddenly.
And that Glitch kind of intervenes. He's like, we're going to just practice the two numbers. That's all right.
Sure.
All right, roll me a performance check for your practice.
Okay. I was thinking about casting enhanceability on myself first, but then I decided not
You do that for the live show?
Yeah, I'm going to do it for the live show.
Can you stack them?
11.
No.
I gotta warm up.
He's like, well, it's all right.
We're getting
Let's
there.
let me help you. Go ahead and roll performance again with advantage because he's helping you now.
Okay. That is a 20.
There we go. So you guys sing a couple numbers together. The more that kind of Fey music, that that northern Elvish Fey music that they do, more techno really. And you feel okay. You're nervous for sure to boot, but you feel better about your performance tonight. Okay. So there's nothing to do to anything more. We're gonna flash forward to the concert.
No, we're good.
No.
I don't have anything.
I would have made sure I smelled okay and was dressed appropriately.
Alrighty. So, it is the night of the concert. You are in the Grinbrush Conservatory. Yeah, the Grinbrush Conservatory. There is a bit of hustle and bustle. There is not an empty seat in the house. You guys are seated forward to the back. You can also go backstage if you wish because you have VIP tickets. You are in the front row with the Lanig, the Lords and Ladies of House Lanig, the Duke, Rendell Halfmoon, and his family, and the Tissadris in her human form, the Siren of the Peaks, in her silver gown. The three of you are seated together, and we await for Gilly and Glitch's performance. Glitch, in his normal manner, so as the concert begins, the room darkens. And there's all those little ding, ding, ding lights. And Glitch comes on in, I can't do the music because it's licensed, but in its upbeat kind of and gives a very good performance. About halfway through the set, the number slows down, and he says, "I'd like to introduce to you all Gilly O'Shea of the Meadows." Yes, so you cast a spell. Yeah. Go ahead and roll performance.
I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level. Wait, no, I can't.
I don't think it helps. It's just advantage.
I'll cast it. That's right. I was gonna cast. Okay. Say that again. Sorry, Matt.
Roll performance.
Okay.
Advantage.
Hit the dice. No.
What was it?
Oh no.
It was a 2 and a 3.
So you can see why Gilly is incredibly nervous. What's the total?
9.
And like that's just like.
Oh no.
But you see, what are all everyone's passive perceptions?
Oh no.
Passive perception
14.
would be a 12.
16.
Selena, you see Glitch do this when he's singing, and all of a sudden Gilly's voice is amazing.
Oh, good.
It echoes through. There's perfect amount of reverb, pitch, timbre, all of it. And she just really picks up and nails that song. It's a bit of a kind of mid-tempo ballad that they do together. And, and he goes, Gilly O'Shea, everyone's going, she's great!
Wonderful.
Just the one roll for that whole thing?
Yep.
There's a lot riding on that.
Yep. So it was advantage.
Yeah, I know.
That's okay. If you hadn't remembered enhance ability, I would have given you a hug before you left and cast it on you quietly.
So, there's an intermission. And then there is Morgan's set that begins. The room darkens yet again. And rather than like the little bit of dissonant little fairy lights that are intermittent, there is like a swoop, swoop, swoop for every seat just above your guys' heads. It's pitch black. The darkness almost seems to absorb the light that in it. They seem to be almost contesting one another. The lights, and again, boom, boom, flashing, and it's as if you were standing in space, and you guys all get a little bit of the reminding of the time that you were sent to space prior to the stream. Her set begins. It is an intermittent number of kind of boom, boom, that legendary Fae techno music that I cannot play. And about halfway through the performance, she gives an incredible performance. She descends from the ceiling. There's lights, there's cameras, it flashes, and these little orbs that have been floating above you on the side. Sometimes they disappear, sometimes they reappear. And about halfway through, kind of during the crescendo of this whole thing, they really start to flicker and glow, and they start to spin. And Morgan, towards her finishing number, picks up, she gets this prop, this scepter made of diamonds. And she's like, she just unfurls, and she's wearing this brilliant, beautiful gown of diamonds and midnight. And she holds up the scepter in her last big explosive number, and all the lights.
Isn't this what Rivel had?
And it. And everyone's like, ah! And she just stands there like a frickin' god with her diamond scepter above everyone's stairs.
Nice. I was waiting for it to kill everyone.
No, the smoke settles. And the concert's over. And that is where we're going to go to break.
Nice.
You didn't make us fight anything else?
Siren?
Yeah, my trepidation.
What about the dragon?
She watched.
She watched. She's not going to perform. All right. We are going to go to break. The chat. You guys are expecting a violent concert?
Oh, God.
I was waiting for her to revivify something.
Or somebody
Right.
get stabbed in the back again.
I know you guys were. No, just a couple.
Stop, Bertella.
Thank you to the new people who followed us. We just had a couple of new people follow us. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Wonderful.
much for that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning
Yeah.
in so far. We're gonna take a little break. We will be back in 10 minutes or so.
Woo!
We'll see
Yeah.
how the dragon hunt goes.
I was gonna
Yeah.
cast.
We are back from the break. The concert has concluded. There's a little mingling afterwards, after that big number backstage. You guys can mingle a little bit if you'd like.
I will kind of stand off to the side and observe, because you said that there was Rindle Half Moon was there?
Yeah, all the big nobles are. Yeah.
I had it up so that I could groove during the break. Sorry, guys. Shut it back down.
Rendell Halfmoon is there. Trish Lanig is there. Yeah, all the big names are there. And the Siren of the Peaks is there in a human form. They're just mingling. There's like a small little cocktail reception backstage. Afterwards, Morgan's schmoozing.
And Trish Lanig is...
The head of House Lanig. She is the head of House Lanig.
Interesting.
Glitch?
Yeah, Gilly.
Oh, I really shouldn't have had that fire whiskey earlier today. It really messed with my vocal cords, but
That's alright.
you seemed to have fixed that over.
They
Smoothed
love
that
you.
over.
Did great. I don't know what you're talking about, honey. You did smashing. You were. Did you feel like you didn't? Sometimes it's hard. The volume levels. You think like you're in the weeds. You think you're drowning, but you're actually fine. You did great.
She's questioning herself, but like, is he like insight? Is he?
Go roll insight.
Yeah. Okay. 19?
19 total? Yeah, you did great. He's like, oh, you're like, yeah, okay, I was in the weeds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you felt like you were in the weeds, but you weren't.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, you did great. Don't you see?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And everyone's coming by, and you're like, oh, you did wonderful premiere, wonderful premiere. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just imagining if you were rolling, he's like, you did great.
Morgan, the silver scepter, the diamond scepter that she had is disappeared. It's gone, and she is schmoozing just a little bit. In case you guys wanted to say anything. Did you all enjoy the show? She's kind of making the rounds.
It was good. Entertaining.
Smashing.
Wonderful.
Almost as exciting as your last one.
Almost.
Some would say thankfully.
The light show was quite intriguing.
Just a little bit of common magic. Anyone could whip it up if they knew what they were doing.
I'll use minor illusion and make a little like glowing like light orb appear next
See?
to me, and then
That and a few roadies, you could sell out a stadium. It's really not hard.
I can't imagine you with roadies.
Or
what's a roadie?
selling at a stadium.
People who follow you around.
Oh yeah, that'd be terrible.
You know, they help you with the gear and the setup and the takedown and bringing things in,
They do.
transporting your gear.
Great.
It's all a working machine. We all work together.
I was gonna make a joke like, "Are you my roadies?" No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
So glad you all enjoyed yourself. Gil, you did wonderful.
Thank you.
We'll keep breaking you in along the way. Get you a few more bits and a bit more time to practice. But for your little intro, I thought that went smashing.
I did feel a bit rushed, but
Oh, that's okay. I knew you could handle it.
thank you.
You all
You
enjoy
had more
your,
faith in me than I had in myself in that moment.
enjoy the rest of your night.
Great.
Okay.
You guys finish your little cocktail reception. Go back to O'Shea Manor.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get to meet the silver dragon?
Oh, if you wanted to, that was your opportunity. Did you want to? Okay. The diva of the Grinbrush Conservatory.
Oh god.
She's standing there in human form in her silver gown, silver hair, as they often do. Oh, hello.
You make quite a figure.
Thank you.
So, silver is the rest of the valley here.
Hmm.
You must be the what name would she appreciate?
Tissadris is her name.
Tissadris?
That is me. And your name?
Selena.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Selena.
Thank you. We went, Gilly, one of the first things Gilly showed us in town was the waterfall over your doorway.
The
Very.
glittering, the shimmering falls.
Very beautiful. You've chosen a beautiful view.
Thank you. I'd like to think I have a certain quality for taste.
Fidgeting.
Sorry, I had a plan and then I completely forgotten it.
It's just a little cocktail reception, a little tingle. You don't have to capitalize on it right now.
Eurisadril sends her regards.
No.
Lord.
From the dark.
How about we don't?
Is there nothing else anyone would like to do during the cocktail reception?
I'm going to scope out Lanig. Does she have any bodyguards around her?
Trish Lanig?
Trish Lanig.
There's some armored help kind of out and about around. But she's with the other major nobles of the Bridgeton.
So they're all halflings?
They are.
Bodyguards too?
Mm-hmm. They have a couple armed people.
Okay. I'll try to loiter around just so that I can hear them, like, have converse for, like, a solid minute or whatever. Just hang around.
Roll perception.
It's not great. That would probably be a 9. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
They're just like talking about like hoity-toity, like, oh, I thought it was a nice piece. Music stuff. They're talking about music.
Great. I'm actually not really concerned at all about the content of their conversation. I just need to hear them talk for a minute.
Okay.
Great.
Oh no.
So, you guys leave the cocktail reception, go to O'Shea Manor, and you go to bed, so to speak?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And wake up the next morning ripe for dragon hunting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So before we all part ways, at least me for sleep, rest of you, God knows what. Do we need to do anything else before tomorrow?
Should we discuss any sort of plans? When do you lot have to prepare your spells?
Either now or in the morning.
Maybe we talk about it in the morning, or we could talk about it now.
Probably talk about it in the morning.
Okay.
When you guys are preparing.
Sure.
Yeah, I just need an hour, right?
Yeah, it's fine. You can talk about it in the morning.
Yeah. Anything else?
Do you think we need any? Do you think we need to ask Mimon for assistance through the Tranquil Chamber before we do anything?
So, it was much easier than I expected after the disaster with the shop
Right.
to get potions of resistance and antitoxin, just in case one of us does get poisoned. And we have healing and proficiency with healer's kits. We should be okay.
Yes, the only thing that I would think could be of service that we do not currently have is something to help reveal invisibility, but I'm sure that is not cheap or readily available.
That's
Hold,
true.
please.
It is not cheap or readily available outside your normal resources.
Yes, I don't have anything.
Fairy
But I can
fire
use-
would work.
It would.
So, but that might be a conversation for the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, here, and I'll hand back the potion of poison resistance and the antitoxin venom. I've examined the properties of these. My physiology renders those useless to me.
Oh.
So
Fair enough.
feel free to use them in a future
I will take them back.
endeavor.
Okay then.
Perfect.
See you in the morning. Oh, God.
So, when you get returned to your chamber, there is a scroll and a box. A long, beautiful box.
What does the scroll say?
It is
Did
a
you always
scroll of the
read-
spell Magic Circle.
Okay.
And then the box. Then
Is there any note or anything on it?
no, there's just a scroll laying on a box. It's like, it almost seemed like it was sat there.
So I'll open the box.
The box is a beautiful, ornate rapier. Magical. It is a flame-tongue rapier. It has a note.
What does it say?
Sorry it took the extra time. Regards, Professor Vasilia. P.S. Working on something extra. Flicker of Kosuth was huge.
Nice. Can I respond with that message? Is it one of those like...
No, it's like a proper
Okay.
written message.
Where do I hit reply?
Reply all. Oh no.
Gilly, when you return to your room, there's a note.
boy. Yeah. What's it look like?
A written note that says it's addressed to you, a letter, an envelope.
Okay. Sure, I'll open it and read it.
It is written in. You gather that once it arrives there. Okay, so this is what you read. Gilly, I have thought much about our last conversation, as you are the first person I ever spoke to directly in quite some time, not since my transference of my consciousness. Life has been strange since I left my mansion of my long dead body and inhabiting to this new one. I have thought much about the way we talked about life and death. What do you think it means to kill? What do you think it means to take a life? Life is strange in this world. There are those that hunt you. There are those that attack you. There are those that are suspicious of you because of the way you look and the way you act. Parts of me, so many parts of me, when I see others, I think, aren't I better than them? Don't I deserve more? Vasilia and I'm not sure what's normal. I'm not sure what things are expected of me, but Vasilia and I have been very busy. He is attempting to improve me and my body. To that end, we have taken many lives. Criminals and despots, they say, but lies nonetheless. What does it mean to kill, Gilly? What does it mean to take a life? You killed my friend that day. He was the only friend I ever knew. Please respond. Thank you.
Thunk is doing great. Uh-oh.
A dragon's a dragon. All things are monsters.
Thunk is off to a great start.
Thunk, prior to the stream, the long-dead beholder archmage sorcerer king who transferred his consciousness some time ago into a warforged-like body, who you had met and freed into the world and given into the care of Professor Vasilier. Justice, there is a letter waiting for you when you return to your room.
I didn't kill it.
I'm gonna inspect the letter and make sure that it's
Oh,
not
man. Oh, no.
duplicitous.
It's fine. It's
Okay, I'm very concerned. Okay, I'll open the letter and read it.
Dear Justice, I hope this letter finds you well. Of all the people I've met in my travels, you were the one, apart from Miss O'Shea, who showed me the greatest kindness. You were also the first in many centuries who looked like me. I've thought about that a lot. How is it that if you were new into this world, that I look like you and you look like me, if I am old? I built my body, as far as I know, some time ago, before this so-called Warforged, as I have been mistakenly called again and again, were built. Why do we look like one another? How did I know to build? Vasilia has taken to finding those that are like us, those who have committed crimes, those who have deserted. We've been killing them. And to that end, he uses pieces of their bodies to improve me. I am quite formidable. If you choose to come and see me and meet me again, you may find us in Fort Mountain Hall. You and Miss O'Shea are the only people I can remember fondly. Regards, Kathuk.
Oh my god.
Wee!
Oh man.
Justice calmly folds up the letter,
Oh.
puts it away, reads it, pulls it back out, reads it again. Has been killing many like us, taking their bodies, making me stronger. Okay. Letter away.
Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Okay.
Hey guys, look at this cool sword. Isn't Vasily your great?
So, you guys go to bed, as it were, in your respective beds. Selena, you sleep deeply. You sleep calmly.
Yes, I do.
And you find yourself, yet again, in that city. A city that you do not recognize. And you now find yourself standing in front of this diner, the smoking lady. Ching-ching. Did you want to come in? There's a woman standing there through the mist. You can barely make out her features. She's tall with the large frizzy hair. She has dark mocha complexion skin. She wears a simple white waitress uniform. Did you want to come in? You were standing there a awfully long time.
So I'll take a look around, and if she's still standing there when I've done my 360 and not seen anything else, I'll walk in.
Good. The dream ends.
Bored.
So, you guys wake up from an uneventful night.
Oh yeah, you have to click the long rest button, don't I?
Long rest!
I don't sleep, and that definitely keeps me up. I'm just going to go. Is there a way to get to the balcony that doesn't involve going through one of their rooms?
Yeah, there's three balconies. Well, there's the thing, there's the second balcony, there's the third balcony.
Right.
So yeah, you can go to your own balcony.
What about getting to theirs?
Yeah, I thought that they were connected. I always thought that it was like...
I'm on a
No,
different
she's
floor.
on a different floor.
Okay,
There are, but yeah. No, you have to fly or drop down or do athletics. You want to try athletics or acrobatics?
Seems
You are a bard.
Do it.
It's the end of the same day. I just enhance ability on myself.
Dexterity.
Dexterity, and
Alright.
I'll.
Roll acrobatics.
How bad could it be if I failed?
You'd be fine.
Okay.
I would probably be...
20 stories out. You'll be fine.
I'm not. This is not going to be a goldfish scenario, right?
Yeah.
That's a natural 20.
You're like, I kind of remember how to do this. You're like, so you're standing there like
getting ready to play the
violin, and she's like, and grabs on like all parkour style, flips up on top of the second balcony.
Figured you'd be up.
Welcome, Gilly.
Didn't want to disturb the others.
I didn't realize you were so agile.
Oh, not usually, I don't think, but a little bit of magical help.
That's usually how I get around. Sans the magical help.
It's pretty useful.
Indeed. Did you want to have another musical duet?
Maybe. That might help quiet my mind a bit.
Something bothering you?
Thunk sent me a letter.
You sent me one as well.
He did?
Indeed. It left me troubled.
Yeah, I understand that.
What did he say in yours?
Well, it started off I wasn't quite sure how it was going to go. He said that I was one of the first people to ever show him any sort of kindness or that he had any sort of fond what did he say?
You showed him a kindness.
Kindness. I showed him a kindness. And he just started talking about wondering that he's thinking about what killing means and what it is to kill and what that all means, and that he and Vasily have been doing quite a bit of killing in efforts to sort of improve him. And he also mentioned something along the lines of how I killed his only friend. And asked what I think it means, and for a response. Left me feeling all sorts of unsettled.
He does seem to be having some difficulty adjusting to life.
What do you say in yours?
Something similar. He said that I was one of the first to show him kindness, He seemed confused about how we resembled each other, though he was constructed many years prior to me. He also confessed that he and Vasilier had been killing. It seems that Vasilier is using him to hunt down my own kind, and are using their bodies to reinforce Cthulhu.
He's hunting down specifically Warfbarge.
Apparently he's hunting down deserters, of which of course there were many whenever they left us with no orders.
No money.
Well, okay.
Clearly we made a poor decision in living Cthulhu with Professor Vasilier.
I think that's an easy thing to say at this point.
He said he is now quite formidable.
You're terrible.
It wasn't me. It was the permanent madness chart. It wasn't me.
Oh no!
There's a line on there that says, "You discover you really enjoy killing people."
Oh no.
Oh no!
And it was written vague enough to where I was like, well, that's like not like a thirst. It's like a gradual kind of, yeah, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
And Cthulhu, you know, has had like a childlike curiosity to him, so.
Right.
Permanent madness. Yep.
I think that...
But you don't know that.
Right.
Yeah.
But with the information that we do have, I said, obviously this cannot be allowed to pass.
We should get... I think we should have learned a bit more about this professor before we just... It seemed like Sibelius knew him. I don't know. How did we end up going into those mines with him anyway?
We were being paid to protect Vasilius.
Sibelius.
Whatever. We were being paid to protect Sibelius.
They are sort of a mirror of each other.
Yes.
Sibelius, Vasilier, very similar.
So we went where Sibelius led us.
Sure. Well,
And Professor Vasilier also seemed to know... Do you know the Duchess?
He was employed by the Countess of Avamere.
Yeah.
The Countess. So it seemed like he was as reputable as he could be. Obviously, if he is killing my kind in order to perform experiments on Cthulhu, this cannot be allowed to pass.
I don't disagree.
I intend to pay him a visit after we are done here in Bridgeton. I would say the sooner the better.
They say where they were.
They did not. Although maybe this letter could prove some way of helping us find him.
Didn't it say where they were?
Fort Mountain Hall.
It did, I'm sorry. Obviously I'm a little out
I
of
think it
sorts.
says Fort Mountain Hall right here.
It did. I'm a little out of sorts. Yes, he told me where to find him.
Okay. Well,
I do not think...
coincidentally, Professor Vasilier already told me to visit Fort Mountain Hall to see about augmentation, right?
Elder's Rise. Different thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Never
It's
mind.
It's on the exact opposite. Fort Mountain Hall is an abandoned dwarven city that the dwarves abandoned whenever the gifts arrived.
That's
Elder's
why I
Rise
thought it
is a
was
human
that.
city that sits above a living dwarven city.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is Fort Mountain Hall on our path at all?
Yeah, it's below Mercinia.
I think that we should make there with...
We'll put
I'll
that
do
on the
haste.
list.
If Vasilier has done this much damage in the last 2 weeks, I don't think that we should leave him...
It's been about a month at this point. But
It's
yeah.
been a month?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How would it have been a month? I mean, our contract just ended.
Contract just ended. There's been a couple days. You're closing in on
Right,
a
but the
month.
contract was only 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Don't argue with me. I've done the math.
I
Thank you.
was just
I think
not
we're
sure
yeah.
because it didn't seem
Yeah.
like we had had that much time.
The contract ended, and then you had a couple days in Cragmandu, and then you had a couple days getting here, and you've been here a couple days.
Sure.
I've done the math.
So almost a month has passed.
He's been in his person is almost a month. I think that we should, well, hopefully the damage that he's done to Cthulhu is not irrevocable. He might be impressionable in his state, it seemed.
I would agree.
Would you mind showing me the letter he sent you?
Sure.
I'll show her mine.
I thought that would have been apparent already.
Nope.
Yeah, they say what they say.
What it means to kill is a hard concept for someone to come to terms with. Especially, well, I would say that he's young.
You're telling me.
First-hand experience. Well, we should reveal this to our friends maybe after we're done dealing with this dragon. We do not need any additional distractions.
Sure.
The rapier does require attunement. It's a flame tongue weapon.
Yep. I attuned
Drop
to
the
it.
carriage?
I dropped the carriage.
Yeah, because you can't use it through the mountains.
I also wanted to spend 10 minutes and identify it
Okay.
before I attuned to it.
Yeah, it's a magic weapon, no pluses, but it does an additional D. It's a magic weapon, and it's extra 2d6 fire damage.
Yep. I got it on here,
Okay.
but it's not cursed or anything.
No.
Okay.
It's not
So you
cursed.
can tell.
He managed to say that to you with a straight face.
It's not cursed.
Don't worry, the guy who made it just has a madness effect.
So I'm attuned.
Would you like to perform?
Sure, we could play a bit. That would probably settle my mind a bit.
And then we will.
Do they wake me up with this?
No, it's pretty quiet. And you're sleeping deeply. Go ahead and roll performance checks, I guess.
Sure.
A little midnight duet again.
Yeah, I didn't need to draw it out or anything. I just figured.
Oh, I
maybe
like
You
it.
get,
betrayed me earlier.
do we get advantage because we're helping each other?
Sure.
Aha. So this,
18.
and I
Nice.
took veal as a thing, so
Yes,
I
you
can add
did.
my proficiency.
bonus.
So you gotta add, that's a 23.
Very nice.
Play a beautiful tune together, a kind of more of a glide, basically fantasy Irish fiddle tune, which is appropriate. And then the night passes. You guys wake up the next day, prime for dragon hunting.
Yeah.
Long rest.
So.
So, yeah. Shall we be off?
So, as I was sifting through my spells, now that we're sitting at breakfast talking about our ability
Yes.
to do things,
Yeah.
Sure.
I can protect us from poison for an hour, magically. But since we have the potions, we can do other things.
Sure.
So, what do you know of these caves?
What do I know of these caves?
So, let me
they're-
be more specific. If I had a spell that could flood the caves, knock her prone, and give us advantage before, as like walking in front of us, would that be potentially useful?
What spell is that?
Tidal wave?
How large of a creature does tidal wave affect?
So you conjure a wave of water. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw. Every creature?
Okay.
Because she's still technically human-sized, right?
You're not sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Does it specify size or
Nope.
just say
This
creature?
I
Nope.
got you.
Each creature in that area must make a dex
Yeah.
saving throw.
That seems like
What's
it would
the-
be.
So let's not get in too much of the nitty gritty.
Yeah,
Just
but
thematically
just-
talk about it.
Yeah, that
Question.
seems to be very potent.
Would that be useful to be able to basically sweep the area in front of us if once we know where she is? Give us basically 120 feet head start.
Potentially
That
could.
might be
Potentially.
useful.
Might be very good at ferreting out an invisible dragon. Yeah. Fairy
Sure.
fire is also very good at ferreting out invisible dragons.
Moonbeam also.
How's that?
It's an area.
And it's basically fairy fire on steroids.
Yeah, it doesn't make. But
It
fairy
won't-
fire dispels the invisibility, basically.
Yeah, but so fairy fire will dispel invisibility, but moonbeam will still do damage whether we can see them. or not.
Right. Basically,
Right,
like
but I
burning
mean,
the area. For
Sure,
them.
sure, I get that, but I mean, I thought you meant something about finding an invisible creature, but
No.
Can one of you cast this fairy fire?
I can't.
Yes, that's not in my repertoire.
Can't. I think I can.
You can.
It's a
It's a
first
druid
level
spell.
spell.
And then
That would be very useful for Sibelius and myself, anyone who cannot
Okay.
see her.
as we come into this, do we want to
Can you turn that music down the hair on? Thank you.
eliminate, or do we want to capture?
Probably eliminate.
I mean, this is your rodeo, isn't it?
Oh no, my rodeo.
As a reminder, you need the powers of death, life, and arcane. There's a ritual afterwards if you want to awaken the cloak. Just as in case you forgot.
Which we don't know anything about.
Sure.
If
Ghost in the machine.
the dragon's this close to molting, we probably don't want to keep it alive because it could just make it more powerful.
All this killing is getting me quite conflicted.
Yes, well, this is a dragon that will kill indiscriminately.
So the
Joy.
reason why I brought up the tidal wave is that we all need to be on the same page, so I don't knock any of you guys prone.
Sure.
Correct.
So
That
that's
makes
the only
sense.
reason I brought that one up. That one, or we're gonna be in a small enough space in the cave that I don't want to call lightning, right?
You won't be able to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Do I know of any dragons in history that are
I think you guys have exhausted the dragons in history stuff at this point. I don't think I'm gonna give you anything else. Like, you can finish your question. Go ahead, please.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we know in the world about dragons and alignment and color? Like whether or not
This has been okay.
that's what
This has been.
I can't remember whether or not we covered it in game or not.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I would say that we, unless there is some reason to take the creature alive, go in and they're duplicitous. They will she seems that she would use any sign of weakness to try to deceive us or escape.
That seems about right.
Yes.
I
Let
am
me
a
double
bit.
check I have affairs in order, and then I'll be ready to go in the next 10 minutes.
Does Eurysidril not have any way of knowing whether or not she is like an evil and vicious and the like? Do we know that she for sure is going to go about and start killing people?
It's a green dragon.
As much as I enjoy...
I mean, did Eurysidril?
That is a great question. The history that she has shared with me has been really to really is more about that she was there. Sorry, I'm trying to just finish up what I'm doing. I've got fairy fire and tidal wave. I think life is good. All right.
Hacking
When
the
we-
poison spell might not be a bad move, just in case.
When we had that conversation, I was trying to ascertain whether the Tower of Silence was, or Still Tower, his abode, was inherently evil, or if it was just the use of a man swayed by magic and power. And she seems to hold very similar beliefs that people are the choices they make, rather than nature plays a part, but really you are the choices you make. You are evil if you make evil, immoral choices.
Sure, and what sort of history has Eurysidril had then?
She ended up...
When she molted, for instance, did she go about on a rampage?
Oh, I've never asked. I have never asked. She did insinuate that she is not fond of, her name's Visora. Not fond of Visora, and will have no remorse in her death. I don't know if it's self-serving, and one of the idea that we could restrain her and have a quick conversation, decide whether she's just going to murder everything or if she's going, if she could be reasoned with.
How would you believe such a creature?
If green dragons are known for deception and subterfuge and all of that, it would be a very dangerous conversation.
They don't have a great reputation, but, I was a healer during the war. Usually save people.
So, are we going to be killing this dragon or no? That I have difficulty.
There is some ambiguity, but I feel like at the end of the day, we will do what is right one way or the other.
I'll put it this way, ever since I became in the possession of this dagger, I am unable to restrain myself from taking a life.
Okay. Great.
So if we're wanting to knock this dragon out, I suggest that I'm not the one who tries to do it.
I will remember that and yell at you to stop.
Thank you.
If necessary. Thank you for the heads up.
Oh boy.
It seems to be a malfunction of the dagger itself.
He was an assassin after all.
I have no trouble not killing as the dagger.
I'm sure we can find somebody to repair it at some point.
Thank you.
We'll keep an eye out.
I'm ready.
Yes.
So if we're going to not kill it and try to figure it out, or we are going to kill it, what are we doing?
So I think we can do this while we're walking.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
if we're going to
need
not
some
kill
travel.
it and we need to figure it out, aren't there certain spells we might need to pack and... Never mind. We can move on.
So we've got what we need. If we've got our strength and our wits about us, we know not to send justice in if we want to restrain rather than kill.
Okay.
And everything I have has restricted properties.
This is music, my god!
It's the dark drama playlist. I might have put up like a boss song on there.
Nice.
Makes me think of Batman.
Yeah.
Like it's super justice.
It's ready. It's appropriate. Do you have the spells picked out that you guys need? I'm just trying to rush
you
along because we got an hour.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
You're fine. No need to rush. No need to be angry.
I am ready to go.
So Fairy Fire is...
Should be first level.
No, I got that.
Okay.
So Federation, Shed Dim Light. And where does it say that it... Oh, this spell is cast also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
They no longer
that's...
benefit from invisibility.
Thank you. I hadn't read it for myself, so...
It's like throwing glitter at something.
Yeah.
So I new to this
Glowing
game
glitter.
and decided I was going to go full spellcaster. Woo! Memorize a bunch of things I didn't know before.
Yeah.
And then the last question was healing word, cure wounds, or lesser restoration.
Healing word.
Okay, problem solved. So Fairy Fire. So tentative plan while we're walking. We'll get to the caves, sneak in, see if we can stealth our way in. I'll throw some water before us. If we can catch her off guard, give ourselves a bit of advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Take it from there.
Sounds good.
If talking is talking, if it's not, it's not.
Do you have the ability to make us more difficult to detect, as you did before?
Pass without a trace, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's always prepared for her.
Yeah, I've always got that.
Excellent.
I can always do that for us.
If I can reserve my abilities, that would be advisable.
Where did I put that one? Ta-da!
What's up?
Did we decide that I can or I can't expend more than 3 charges of the magic missile at a time?
Well, I'm gonna Google it real quick just to double check. Does it say that on D&D Beyond?
On D&D Beyond, it gives me the option to cast it at 7th level.
Yeah. Then that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just holding it like
I don't know where that limit 3 came from. I think that was my own little personal take on it. But now you're high enough level, I don't really care.
Right.
Okay. That's good to know.
I think we're on our way.
Alrighty, so you guys go past into Bridgeton, into the past the Gate of the Locks of the Silver Bulwark, and
They
who
let
was
us through this time. No.
Yeah, no issue. You've already been through. Who would like to helm the survival check?
Not a horse, but I can try.
Maybe somebody
will-
with a compass.
I'll aid her.
Yeah, maybe
what?
someone with a compass.
I do have a compass.
I have a grenade.
It'll help us get around.
I got a square point.
Everybody gets out of our way.
Okay. So survival with advantage.
I'm helping her.
Yep.
17.
Alrighty. So you make your way back through. You basically go towards the stone table, and you journey through that forest yet again. It is still eerily quiet through that forest as you make your way around the north side through the forest, around Fallowglen Loch. You even pass, you're probably a mile or so away from the Hag's Hut as you remember just the other day that you were here. And you move around past the north side and arrive at the western, and the cloak is guiding you all the while, telling you. You have your scroll of magic circle. Did you bring that with?
Yeah.
Okay. You eventually arrive to, you go up north more and more, and you can see that you are arriving more at the beginning of the hills, where the hills pick back up on the northwest side of Bridgeton, and you can see the waterfall in the distance that you suspect is housing the Green Dragon. What would you like to do?
So, I have a thought. If dragons are able to do things like cast spells, it might be good for one of us to be... Did you pack counterspell, Civilius?
No.
It might be good for us to make sure I have enhanced my charismatic qualities to help us counterspell those. And I also have a spell that can help us with our, what's it called? Healing. But I can't concentrate on both spells. Do you need to maintain concentration on anything?
Or pass without a trace. If we want to be stealth to begin with, yes. But if you stick close to me when we drop that, I can enhance ability. Yes? If
That sounds
necessary. I can also dispel magic.
Right. So, in case she starts casting a spell, I could try to counterspell it. That way. Okay.
We good?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll stick together.
But I'll need you all to be within range so I can
What is the range?
cast a touch
Okay.
before we
Before we break.
actually.
How would you like to approach the entrance of the cave?
So
And who's in front?
I will scout.
So I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay.
Okay. And it's only a minute. I'll wait.
Okay.
So cast Pass Without a Trace on us. And then as long as you guys, you're
How long does Pass Without a Trace last?
an hour.
That's
as
what I
long
thought.
as I have
Yeah.
concentration.
I really thought so.
Everyone roll stealth. Plus 10. As you approach the pretty good...
Did you disappear from existence?
I did.
downpour of the waterfall. As you gather, it has rained quite a bit recently up in these parts, as it is often stormy and raining at this time in the Glide in this season.
Before we start stealthing, I cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
All right. So the mists coalesce around Gilly at what level?
Second.
Okay. And the mist form like an icy, beautiful crystal armor around her. And her skin flickers blue for a moment.
I have mage armor up, by the way. But I always.
What are your stealth totals?
33.
27.
15.
I rolled a natural 20.
I rolled a natural 2.
Past the waterfall you are now peeking past the waterfall. Roll perception, Justice. I'm assuming you're going to be looking for things that are dangerous, yes?
I should probably drink our potion.
Yeah.
Not investigation,
You
right?
guys all boom, boom, boom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not investigation. Perception.
This is perception.
Okay.
This is perception.
That's a 7.
Actually, what was your investigation total? Sorry.
My investigation total would have been a 10. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, you look into the cave, the entrance of the cave. Look good.
I'm not going to say anything, obviously. So I'll gesture for them to move forward. And I will continue. Well, I'll wait for them all to gather at the mouth of the cave before we sneak
Give
in.
you an inspiration.
Okay. So Justice is examining the cave. He does like his little... He gives you a signal, it's okay.
You gave me the inspiration after I made the checks.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking not properly.
That's alright.
Too many things going on.
That's fine.
So what's the marching order?
So I would have been behind...
Did you want to do something, Sophia?
No, I'm good for now.
I would have been behind Justice to head to the sneaky sneaks.
Yes, you're
so
behind
that I could use tidal wave, because
Are we doing
So
that?
you're directly behind Justice.
yes,
Okay.
and then Gilly would have been within touch distance of me. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we're all gathered at the
Mostly
mouth.
focused on I need to touch
Tank isn't back.
Justice.
Are we...
Well,
You guys can... It's fine.
Okay.
I have a rough marching
Right.
order, but Sovilis isn't back. That's all I know.
Correct. So, I'm going to keep moving deeper into the cave, I'm guessing. We're not going to just blow our tidal wave right here.
Mhm.
Right? So,
not until we see.
something.
All right. So you go into the... Enter through the cave. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Damn, my passive investigation is a 15.
Actually, I know that.
Is this from a magical effect?
It is!
hey.
Hey! Good catch. That's why you should know your abilities.
Nat 20, so that would be a
Alright.
26.
So you take 12 poison damage, reduced to 6 because of your resistance.
Okay.
Yep. So as he enters in through, there's a flicker, and there's an arrow that... And he's like...
Oh no. Was that her? Was that a trap?
I'll do this motion, I won't even speak.
Okay.
And
I want to take a hard look around. Do I see anything?
Roll perception.
I meant more of a for traps and such, or whatever. Okay.
It is perception to notice if anything is disturbed. It's investigation to realize it's a trap. Like, that's how it
Okay.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. I probably don't see anything.
If you want to specifically check for traps, you can roll investigation to speed things up.
may I also do
I'll
that
try
now
that
I've
then.
been shot?
Yep. Now that you realize maybe you missed some things,
I would have helped you
you go ahead.
with
Okay.
thieves' tools to check for traps.
That's
okay,
better.
that's better. That's a
Not cocked.
17.
Looks like you disabled the trap that was there.
I have a
Well,
20.
It's been triggered.
20 investigate.
Oh, I thought you.
Well,
thought you
before I was rolling perception because I thought that's what you were
was the
telling
first
me to
roll. You still keep the roll though.
Okay, well
Yeah.
then that was shit then.
Alrighty.
It would have been a 10.
So yeah, you feel like that was the one at bat. It was pretty deadly, but with you were able to dodge it. So.
Okay. So,
But you're pretty sure she's aware that she has visitors at this point.
I will keep us moving into the thing then.
Go into the cave and yeah, just
Before we get too much farther.
you're just a little in ways. And can I describe the scene?
Yes.
You want a little? Okay. So there are all these kind of little. There's about you like just get into the entrance cave, and this is like a crooky, windy road, and it's really well hidden. Had you not been guided by your artifact cloak, you would have never seen it. And directly to your right is like a cave carved pathway. And then a little bit more to your right, there's a narrow pathway that juts forward, and to your left, there's a pathway. It seems to be a little kind of a maze, a labyrinth almost, like structure inside of here.
I'm going to mentally call to Mrs. Kilgast.
Okay.
Mrs. Kilgast, would you like to help us do some scouting?
She's not a Gishari noble, darling. That goes beyond our agreement.
Okay.
What'd you have?
So I wanted to see if Urisadril would give me a direction since there were too many options.
She says, the first deception to make This is the oldest trick in the book. You make people believe things there are more than that appears. All of these paths, regardless of which one you take, essentially lead to the same place.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
A lesser group would split themselves to cover all their bases and then be isolated.
It seems like a poor choice, always.
We should split up, guys. And
Yeah.
It's never worked well for us.
Okay.
Evidently they all take us basically to the same place. Which one do you guys feel like looks the best?
It doesn't matter then if they take us to the same place.
Right up the center.
Fair enough.
So you guys just go forward and ignore the two paths to the right, and yeah, like even with a little quick glance over, you can kind of see they kind of start to snake around. But the biggest advantage is if like you would be separated by walls at that
Right,
point,
yeah,
deep in like in tunnels. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Sure.
Alrighty. So as you guys enter and crook around, you have now graced one of these little leverages, and you can see the kind of broader room. I imagine you're still stealthing,
Yes.
so go ahead and roll stealth.
Again. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, we also have a +10.
14. No, not 14. 17.
All right.
33 again.
Nice.
18.
Oh no.
Let me check.
Remember,
I
he's
only
at the
rolled a
back.
four this time.
Yeah. So, you see before you a small little pile of gold, and on it sits two little baby green dragons. And it's got some other stuff in it too. But yeah, there's a small little hoard there, and it sits in this kind of. There's a couple little rocks and things and walls that jut out, and you do not see a larger green dragon inside.
Can I roll perception or insight?
Yep.
I was gonna
Roll
say,
perception.
does that look like an illusion or something?
Roll investigation.
Oh, natural 1. I see nothing. But I'm stealthy.
12.
I can try investigating too.
Yeah.
So I have it trained. Yep, that is an 8.
Looks real.
You said there was only going to be one.
She has apparently been a little busier than I anticipated. I do apologize.
So now there's 3?
No, these are babies.
Oh.
But she has spawned earlier than I would have imagined.
Oh.
Point to the baby.
Sure, she's not an adult.
My insight tells me. Looks like it is what it is.
Do I have company? All around you, it seems. It echoes throughout the chamber.
So are we on a high point right now with like a...
Yeah, there's like a kind of a slight. You're on the high ground as it passes for.
wide is this room?
Pretty huge. There's walls and things that separate it. A good 20 feet at any given point, 30 or 40 at its widest. But there's like walls and crivets. There's like a lot of little like if from a spy or assassin's perspective, there's a lot of blind spots here.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy to find a nook or cranny.
Whenever you want to drop that and enhance, if we're gonna have a conversation, it might be useful.
Who comes to my door? They all turn to you.
So I'm going to stealth a little bit farther away from them, but
no.
where I
A little more forward.
But where I can still sweep the room and all the nooks and crannies with the tidal wave without catching them.
It is. You're gonna have to basically pick a direction. There's so many nooks and crannies. How wide is
30 feet.
Let's. See.
So it's close to the size of your room.
So you crook around. Yes.
Just go for the babies.
Okay.
Oh god, no.
You've got a pretty good angle. Now, do you want to go aim for the horde or aim for the over? So you basically, like, from where you're standing, there's the horde, and then there's just more kind of cave.
And I can't sweep. So from where we were standing, could I have hit the horde and then the rest of the cave?
Sort of, yeah. You can try, yeah. But there's like walls that the tidal wave will crack against, and then you'll lose that piece, and it'll go forward. Yeah.
Okay, then I will just step 5-10 feet forward from the group and basically announce myself.
All right. What do you say?
I've been sent.
Who sent you?
Your mother.
You hear her? She's dead.
To you.
Did you hear the low muttering chanting of arcane?
Tidal wave.
Yeah! Roll initiative!
I can't see anything, so. Yeah. 10.
Oh, Christ almighty.
At least I rolled okay for that.
I have a D8 of inspiration, don't I?
You do?
Mine's an 18.
Oh!
Whenever you're ready.
Yes! Okay. I rolled 7 on my D8 inspiration.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh god, different layer.
But I now don't have an inspiration.
Were you still close enough to me?
I didn't move away.
Yeah, okay.
And so let me double check that I have everything on the right layer before I do this.
In the layer? You have everything on the right layer?
Layer.
Layer.
Oh,
Layer.
oh god.
Lair.
We're gonna find a mind flare in the lair.
Lord.
Lair.
And so
Lair.
Where did
I'm
my...
gonna zoom in on that.
How is Babby formed?
Oh, it's over there.
So you can. Alrighty, I'm gonna ask for your guys'
Yeah,
stuff in a minute.
whenever you're ready.
Should be a lot closer.
You should. And I don't have my enhance ability.
It was,
Damn.
no, it was the six.
That's okay, we can fix that.
Yeah.
Selena, what was your initiative?
19. Probably not good enough.
Interesting. Justice?
14.
It sucks that you missed the trap at the door.
You know what happens.
18.
What is the higher dex? Oh, just let her go first. Narrative. Oh wait, no, she's at 19. My
She's
bad.
higher than me anyway.
Civilius.
17.
Ooh,
Damn, look at us.
we did good.
You guys
Hey!
did.
This makes up
For
my
once.
This makes up for my 2 from yesterday.
Where are you going?
We're gonna see just how good this microphone is with all the whispers from this session.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Selena, it is your turn. It's hardly hearing you, and you're casting tidal wave. How are you aiming it? So you can see from where you're angled, 30 feet wide. But when it hits those rocks, it's gonna more that way, more what way?
So it's 30 feet wide, so I would do it so that when it breaks off your 10-foot chunk to go here to the horde and 10-foot chunk to kind of cover up here.
All right, got it. So they will make 2 dexterity saving throws.
Please do.
How far does it travel? I'm sorry. Forward.
30... Oh, I think I read this wrong. I lied to you. I'm only going to hit the whelplings.
Okay, that's good.
So 30 feet long,
That's good enough.
10 feet wide, and 10 feet tall.
Gotcha, okay. They will make dexterity saving throws. What's your DC?
14.
One of them makes it, one of them fails. Roll 4d8 bludgeoning, please.
And then...
Kill the babies!
And then the creature takes half damage on the one
Yep.
that... And
So roll 48 and tell me what you get. And one knock.
can I borrow 2d8?
Here. You got him?
Yeah, here's one.
Perfect.
And then here's the other.
Yay! Metal dice, B8s.
Metal dice.
Nice.
Did you make it so?
I did.
Ha ha!
16, 26 for the one that failed, knocked prone.
Yeah, 13 for the other one.
13 for the other one, not knocked prone.
Jesus.
Roll a lot
You
of
for the
eights.
10.
You're welcome.
26? That's a hot damn. Good job.
I know. 2 8s, a 7, and a 3.
So, as you summon from the clutch of the Elder Gods, not from it, but using it as a focus, you slam the staff. From nowhere, a large pillar of water rushes forward, slams into Whelpling, the first one falling down, and the other one. Gilly, what's your dex?
14.
Your turn.
I lay a hand on Justice and I sing. I'm gonna cast Heroism at. I'm going to cast. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it at first level. No, second level. I'll put my hands on both of them. Second level, and I say, you can be a hero, Justice and Civilius. I can shield you from your pain. You can stand and fight forever. I can heal your wounds away.
You're going to jail for that.
You feel
I
inspired.
guess heroism. No, heroism. So the effects of heroism are, you each get 4 temporary hit points.
Yes.
Oh wait, is it 4? It's 3.
3, yeah.
3 temporary hit points, and you will regain 3 temporary hit points on my turn. Each turn. Isn't that how that works?
Yep.
Well, the start of each of your turns, as long as I have concentration on it.
Should we gain 3
This-
temp or 3?
3 temp.
Okay.
On the start of each of your turns, you will regain the temp. It won't because how temp works is you
Yep.
don't.
Yeah, exactly. And you regain it. Yep.
15.
So we basically have a 3 temp buffer.
Nice.
So, and did you have a bonus action, hon?
Yes.
Okay.
I will go ahead and yeah. No, I'm gonna save it.
Alrighty. At the end of Gilly's turn, Viceroy is going to use one legendary action to take a swipe at Selena.
Of course she is. Go
Can I?
for it.
I can't see it.
Nope.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Is it elemental or?
It's just a physical attack.
Oh yeah, 21. That hits.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, you take 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
So a invisible claw, and you can hear the wind break behind it, and you feel it rake across your body. That hurt.
Yep. I know what I'm doing.
And then it is Vizora's turn. Missed her by that much.
Nice.
Damn.
That's where she was.
That happens.
And you can see now as she comes around, she claws you with it, and you can see this necrotic, awful energy in another hand as she whispers ancient words.
Counterspell.
Sword of us. Roll. Nice.
Fuck me. I
You
got
gotta
so
keep it.
excited. It's a 12 on a die, so it just.
+3 +1 for bardic thing, or +1, so +4.
Okay, so 17.
17?
Yeah.
As
No,
it
16,
does,
you're
you
right.
can begin to feel the life force drain from your body, and you can almost see into the light as you fear that you have been almost killed by this, and then the spell fizzles.
Yes!
You hear the great dragon.
Nice.
That is Vizora's turn. You use your reaction.
Yes, I
Civilius
did.
Anastasia.
Please don't.
I got
Counter blight. She was blighting you.
So if I drop a fireball right there, is that going to hit both
Yep,
the bufflings?
perfect.
Okay.
Will it hit Selena though? No. You're
Nope.
good. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Nice.
I measure. This is my only character with fireball.
Yep.
Yep, so fireball. Actually, blade song first, fireball.
Okay.
I pull out the new sword. It's on fire now. If you guys are
What's your
paying
spell
attention.
DC?
Hold on. I'm thinking Yeshua.
Interesting.
I was trying to see what the music was.
That's fine.
Spells.
If it's ever not
Spells,
loud
spells,
enough,
spells.
just let me know.
Come on. Where are you?
Thank you.
15.
That's nice.
Okay, space 15. That's funny. So roll 8d6 fire damage. So as you let loose the rapier, you and from it in one fluid motion, the bead of red energy spirals and detonates in a roaring ball of fire.
Whoa.
That's a lot of 6s. Look at all those 6s.
Yes.
And a 5.
So did we
Yes.
decide that she could be invisible at will, probably?
She is in fact invisible, but you know her position on the mic. Sorry, one of the tracks got lost and just stopped playing. That was weird. It was playing, but yeah.
10, 12.
No, it's too loud.
She is indeed invisible. You cannot see her, but you know her position on the map.
Oh, got it, because she was whispering.
Yep.
I understand now.
31 points of fire damage.
31 points of fire damage. So interestingly
Here,
enough,
here.
the Welplings
Yes.
made it, but 31, you said?
Yes.
So Whelpling 1 is incinerated.
Oh god. We're
Oh,
proud
no,
of
there
ours.
Oh, they killed the baby.
It cries out, you hear Voisaur, and the other Whelpling is still standing but severely burned.
Alright, so I move forward.
Don't go too forward.
So if he tries to pass me,
Run
can
down.
I
Can
stay
you
in
control
my
those
armor?
procs? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I reset
can.
that. Thank God.
Oh, wow. You're going right up in there.
Oh,
If-
wow.
If he goes too far forward, can I put an arm?
No, you can't.
No.
No, you just you kind of gently touch him, but yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
What?
You're like, no, civilian.
Free fire.
Yeah,
does
there's
affect-
no crosstalk. No, you're fine. Alrighty. Civilius, that's your turn. Great turn, man. Justice.
Alright, I'm going to move forward to get into base-to-base contact with her.
Oh, and when that fireball hit Voisora, you see her throw up a wing, and there's like a shield that absorbs some of the energy.
Got it.
Nice. Can you move me up to be adjacent to her?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No worries.
I can't move Justice.
Okay.
Where you want
I
to
can
be,
move
boss?
Selena.
I'm gonna try
I
to
can
get
move
if I can
Gilly.
scoot around so I'm on the other side of Civilius, like just because I don't want to be within the line of sight between.
So you move here.
One square around. I can move really. Exactly right there.
Good.
Yep. And I am going to first. I'm going to make my attack against her.
There, you can control the token now.
Actually.
Okay.
Would I do this right off the bat? No, I'm just going to make an attack against her first.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. I got my sneak attack thing.
That's still kind of loud.
Yeah, it actually doesn't bleed as much as you'd think, but yeah.
Well, it was loud for me and my thoughts. It was drowning out my thoughts.
Fair enough, I guess. I suppose you matter.
I see.
I see.
14 points of damage.
14 points
with
of
the
damage.
zip
Oh,
zap
what'd you
dagger.
roll to hit? Sorry.
I rolled the 22.
Okay.
With the zip zap dagger. And then I'm going to spend a bonus action key point to dodge.
Alrighty.
So that's
17 to hit. 17 damage.
Yes.
Magical slashing and some lightning. Okay. Alrighty. Is that your turn?
I think so. I moved, I attacked,
Yep.
I dodged. Bonus. So yes, that's
Alrighty.
my turn.
Justice, that is your turn. The little whelpling, charred and burnt, flies over, seeing that you guys are endangering his mama. Its mama. Who knows? And perfect. It's going to It's going to fly right here. It flaps its wings a little. I need you both to make Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
The little whelpling lets loose a noxious fume on both of you.
All right. Is this magical?
No.
12.
12.
Did you drink your anti?
If this
Yeah,
is
Everyone
yeah.
call potions.
If this,
20.
You rolled with advantage, right? Because you're a warforged.
Oh no, I didn't roll with advantage. I was about
The
to ask
poison
it.
effect,
Okay.
yeah.
The first one was better. 12.
Okay.
Wouldn't the
12
antitoxin give him advantage too?
I didn't take it.
No, they quaff the potions. That's resistance against damage.
Yeah, but we had antitoxins too.
But you quaff
I think
potions,
that's
and the
just
antitoxin
if we
cures
get
does
poisoned.
damage. Thank you.
Doesn't
Does it say in D&D Beyond the antitoxins?
A vial of liquid gains advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour.
An antitoxin? Did you guys quaff it? I only heard the potion.
I said I downed both.
Oh, I thought the antitoxin was like if you get poisoned, you drink it.
All right.
If it was that, I would have definitely drank it.
That's fine.
Before.
So roll with advantage.
Yeah. That was the whole. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I didn't need
20
them.
still.
20. Alrighty. So you, Justice, take... Oh, shit, that's the wrong one.
I know what I should have done.
You take 21 poison damage reduced to 10.
Okay.
From the whelping. You take 21 reduced to 10 and then apply your resistances. So 5. So yeah, 5.
Got it.
Yeah. Alrighty, that is the Wormling's turn. Top of the round, Selena.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I guess the Undaunted track is
So I'm going to cast Hex.
Alright, so as a bonus action, shadows coalesce around Visora with your action.
Then I'm going to do oh, I see why. Okay. So I'm going to as my action cast Infestation
Okay.
on the dragon.
Alright.
Con save 14.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gotcha. Con save?
Yes, please.
14, she makes it.
Okay.
Alrighty. So as the bugs, I think, fly around her face, she is inert. So, did you want to move anywhere?
Not doing that. There we go. Nope, we're just gonna leave that
Alrighty.
as is.
You gonna stay there?
Yeah.
Alrighty. You are within her reach, just so you know.
Okay, so if I move, I provoke opportunity.
Yeah, unless you move in.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Alrighty. Gilly, at the end of Selena's turn, Visora is going to use one legendary action.
Oh no.
She is still invisible. She has maintained her constitution saving throws. She maintains invisibility, and she's going to take another swipe at Selena. She is still invisible, and therefore has advantage on the attack roll against you.
Do I get to know the value of the attack before I cut words?
You can't cutting words because you can't see, right? Cutting words requires sight.
True. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
23 to hit.
I have to choose an ability when I cast Hex. I'm going to choose Constitution she has disability on.
So it's an ability check, not saving throws, just so you know. That won't really affect her too much.
Oh, then... God, I've never had to pick one of these before.
Wisdom's pretty good, because it'll make it easier to sneak around her. That's my suggestion.
Perfect.
Or strength. Yep.
Wisdom it is.
Alright, so that is a 23 to hit you, boss.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything more than 20.
You take, oh god, they don't give you the 11 points of slashing damage again. With their legendary action as the claw rakes across your body. Alrighty. That was the end of Selena. That was at the end of Selena's turn. Gilead, it's your turn.
I'm going to use a bonus action to put a first level healing word into Selena. That's 5 points of healing. That's a thing. It helps. And I will put out I'll put out 2 magic missiles.
Alright, 2 charges, so
Yep.
4d4 plus 4.
Ha! Whoa.
Okay, maintains concentration.
Oh, that's why I wanted to do Constitution.
17.
That's why.
It's those are saving throws. Yeah.
Got it.
It's alright. So the missiles and they onto her form. She seems to pose no reaction to that. But she's still invisible.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn, Gilly?
I'll move up one so that I can come closer to Selena.
It'll be a diagonal one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Alrighty, Vizora's turn. Vizora, as a bonus action, in a miss. Oh yeah, I'll have to remember you actually can't counterspell her because she's invisible. You can't see her. I'll have to remember
That's
that.
what I was wondering because after she...
That's alright.
Because you put her on the map, I assumed I could see her. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Rule of cool, I say. Yeah. So as she lets back a big... as noxious fumes fill in a 30-foot cone. I need Justice and here. I need Justice, Sovelius, and Selena to make saving throws.
Oh, we have advantage on them?
And Gilly.
Con.
Yep.
Can I cutting words the damage?
You
on
can.
That?
Seeing the
Is it
noxious
con or
fumes.
dex?
Constitution saving throw.
Double 16s.
8 and 9.
Let me know your total.
19.
That's Constitution saving, right?
Yes.
15.
Alright, so 15. So just apply resistances. I'm just going to tell you whatever you have, okay?
Oh,
so
and
21 points of poison damage.
19.
21 points of poison damage.
19.
21 points of poison damage.
16.
And I'm cutting
21
words
points of
the
poison
damage,
damage.
right? So.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because
You
that's
want to? Yeah, that's fine.
a D8.
No, actually you can't because you still can't see her. So yeah, you can't see her.
So I have to be able to see her even to do the damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, cutting words anyway.
Okay,
Cutting
so
words
is that full or half?
I reported you the damage. It's your responsibility to track your
To apply
resistance.
your resistance.
That's fine.
Alrighty. So she lets out it, and you can feel your insides and your organs, just as Naz described. The two of you begin to liquefy. What did you think? Did you think I would be easy prey? It's the end of her turn. Sevilla Anastasia.
Oh, I'm good.
Since I still can't see her, I'm going to cast Fire Shield on myself.
I maintain concentration.
Okay.
And then as my bonus, I don't think I'll do anything. Yeah, I'll just sit there waiting for something to attack. That's my turn. That's what I got.
Okay. You can I just want to let you know, since you just picked up Dispel Magic, you can dispel invisible targets. Dispel Magic doesn't require sight. You can have a shot at it. I don't want to push you into a turn because there's a chance you might fail. But I'm just letting you know in case you didn't know that.
Isn't it an action to do that?
It is. I'm just letting you know in case.
Okay.
Just so you know, you can try attempt. You can
got
attempt. Just okay. Alrighty. So Billy's on the strategy readies an action to see something whenever you. There's a whelpling behind you, just so you know.
I know, but I use my action. Fire Shield's an action.
Oh,
so I can't attack.
All right. So yeah, then you can't ready anything.
Yeah.
Justice.
I'm going to use an action to cast haste on myself.
All right.
I'm then going to use a second action that is granted by that to make an attack on her. That is a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Yep.
You have disadvantage on the attack roll. Did you roll disadvantage? She's invisible.
It cancels out.
Yeah.
Because of that, so that would have still been the green is the primary.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's always first. Yeah.
Fine.
So yeah, still would have been 23 with it canceled.
Right.
So that would be.
Wait, why do you have advantage? I'm sorry.
Because I'm within 5 feet of him.
You get sneak attack within 5 feet. You don't get advantage. You go advantage if you go first.
I apologize.
Take the lower one.
Take the
you
lower.
already rolled twice. Take the lower.
Sorry. Then I would have probably missed. That would have been a 10.
Yes.
All right. So, apologies. I messed up the flow chart. So I've attacked. I'm then going to use my bonus action to disengage. And I'm going to move back around to like a nook out of the line of sight of her and the.
You can move him now.
Where would you like to go?
I'll go back behind where Gilly and are. Back into that corridor.
Did you bonus action disengage?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Like back there.
Yes.
Sorry,
even a square further back.
Wow.
I'm really fast and I need to heal up. So.
Did not recharge. The green little dragon wormling is going to try to bite you, Sevilius.
Go for it.
Did you gain your temp?
I did. It helped me immensely.
Oh, 19 on die. All right, little wormling. Get in one more. What for or whatever.
Do it.
Yeah. 23 total.
Yeah, I'll let him hit me.
Okay. You take 7 points of piercing damage, 3 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He takes 9 points of fire damage.
So a burst of fire, and it does dragging like.
So,
Worth it.
sorry, 3 points of poison.
7 piercing, 3 points of poison, reduce poison to 1. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Top of the round, Selena. There's this invisible green dragon that is.
Okay. Potions are a bonus action, right?
Yep. In this,
Alright,
in this
then I'm
game
going
they
to
are.
take a potion of greater healing. And then I heard something about dispel magic.
Yeah, you can attempt to dispel the invisibility. Yeah.
Sure, I will cast that at a 3rd level.
Yep. So go ahead and roll. Roll a d20. Add your wisdom bonus. Wisdom's. So add 3. Yeah.
22.
So you, with a whip of abjurant energy, and it goes, and the dragon is revealed. The invisibility drops.
Yes.
That is your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do? The only bonus you have is healing word at this point.
Oh, I already took a potion, so
Okay.
I've already used
then
my
you're
bonus.
good.
All I can do is move, and I'm going to stay right next to Gilly
Alrighty.
because I still have Hex on her.
Alrighty. At the end of Selena's turn,
Of course.
Visora is going to take a. No, she's not. No, she's not. Gilly, go ahead.
Okay.
You can see her now.
I'm going to put another healing word into Justice.
Alright.
First level again.
Where did Justice go? Did I delete him?
He's right over
He's
here.
back behind
Oh,
that
God.
turnover thing.
Yeah.
Deleted you.
You could try.
It's a little
6.
Thank
breeze
you.
of healing.
Thank you, Gilly.
And I will put out 4 magic missiles.
Alrighty. 44 plus 4. That's 2 more charges. You have 3 left.
44?
You said 4 magic missiles.
Sorry, 4 charges.
Alrighty. So 64
Yeah.
plus 6.
I was like-
So that's 6 total. You have 1 charge left.
Right.
She doesn't have that. It would have been funny if she cast shield, but she doesn't have shield.
Well, yeah, you said that she had some sort of shimmery thing, so that's why
Absorb
I only put 2
elements.
in first. I wasn't sure.
Should have given her shield.
Should
Giving her
I did
everything.
not
she has.
roll as well
Shield
as
is
last
love.
time.
Shield is life.
64 plus 6.
Yeah.
So
It
total?
was 12 plus the 4, so... And then plus 6, so... Yeah, 22.
Nice. The 6 missiles, which look to be kind of almost empowered through the through this newfound energy.
Nice.
Alrighty. Is that your turn, Gilly? Would you like to move?
I'm gonna stay put.
Alrighty, Visora's turn. Visora is going to use an action to cast
Counter
a
spell.
spell. Okay, go ahead. Roll a d20.
An action.
And it's just plus...
Plus your...
Right.
So it's plus...
I've
It
got
is
this
plus
already,
4.
well, why am I not looking?
It's plus 4 to whatever you rolled.
Okay. 17.
Oh!
So you can see this brilliant blue light energy start to gather on Visora as she turns a paw inward to attempt to heal her wounds, and it's...
Oh no!
You're gonna become a target.
And then she begins to... She mists.
Uh-huh.
Adjacent to you.
Oh, fuck me.
Civilis Anastasia, it's your turn. Let's do these steps.
Okay, dope.
So,
It's Civilis' turn.
Hmm?
Yes, she
I mean, you can
attack
melee attack her from where you are, yeah.
Use base-to-base contact with the boss.
Are we able to reorient the map a little bit now that it's shifted over?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Civilis, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Well, I had a plan, but you moved.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Enemies
I think I know what
moved
I'm gonna do.
Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to move up there.
Yep.
Then I'm going to Booming Blade.
Alrighty, roll to attack, big boy. Hey, big head.
So that would be 24.
That'll hit, boss.
Nice.
So 1d8. So 7 thunder damage.
Alright.
As well as my flame tongue rapier.
So you rolled a d8 for the weapon damage?
So so this is the d8 for Booming Blade.
Yeah.
D8 for the weapon damage, which is 1. Okay. So 1 slashing. 8.
Yep. I got you.
8 thunder. And then 10 fire.
18 total. Nice. So
and then if she moves, she will take another 2d8 thunder.
That's right. That's how Booming Blade tacks it on at the end. Yeah. So you and you can see you have the memory of when your aunt snuck you aside and taught you this spell against your father's express permission. Your aunt Anicia Anastasia, and you, and now she is surrounded by a booming, thundering, cackling energy. At the end of your turn,
where are you going, Well?
She, and you can see this massive claw coming at you. It is careening towards you.
Oh!
Misses you.
Oh, yeah!
And it slams into the cave wall behind you.
Thankful for being little.
Legendary action. All right, Celine, the top of the round.
So, am I base to base?
You are.
So, if I do anything ranged, it's a disadvantage?
A ranged attack is a disadvantage.
So, Blight would be a ranged attack?
No, it has no attack roll associated with it. Yep.
Oh, perfect. Then I'm going to try and Blight.
Yeah, you are. So you
Get it.
channel for the very first time, and the air and the light around you guys darkens as you see like small little fungi and plant life. And it powers this spell, and a tendril of necrotic energy connects between you. And what is your 14 is your DC?
Please.
She makes it, so she saves for half. So go ahead and roll 8d8. Tell me what you got.
Oh, plus
The d6 necrotic, yeah? Because it's when you damage, not when you attack, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Okay,
enough?
so
Two more
let's see.
D8s.
1, 2, 3, 4,
We've
5,
got the bag
6,
too.
7, 8. I like that one better. And then, hold on, for Hex, I get the...
d6. Actually, Hex is only when you attack it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I got it confused with the other thing. 8d8. Just let me know what you got.
Ooh. Okay, let's see. Yes.
You can see now the blood is in, like, there are cracks in Visora's armor. She was looking hurt.
Okay. There's a lot of numbers. 10,
She should
11,
not move there.
18, 24,
Mm-hmm.
32,
Mm-hmm.
38, so 16,
17. Or 19.
19.
Yeah. I was like, I think it's more.
Okay,
All right.
those two are
19
mine.
total. So the life force, and you can see parts of her crack, and she's bleeding in her eyes.
Oh man.
So that's the beginning of the new round. All right. So Gilly, it's your turn.
Oh.
She's
Man,
in face-to-face
How
contact.
hurt is she looking?
Really hurt.
I didn't go.
What?
Right?
Right, you're right. You didn't.
Oh, yeah,
you would have gone after
Oh,
me.
I'm sorry. I clicked. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Justice, go ahead. Thank you.
That's fine. I'm going to dart back a little bit.
Yep.
I'm going to use bonus action to take a
Sure.
greater healing potion. I'm going to use the next action that I'm granted to hide, make a stealth check,
Okay.
because I want to get
So
advantage
bonus
on
action,
my-
drink a potion.
Yeah,
Are
and
you
then
hasted right now?
Yes.
Sorry. Okay.
exactly. Dang, my stealth check is only a pass without trace is not on anymore.
It's not on because I'm concentrating on Hex.
It's only a 14.
She sees you.
Okay, that's fine. And then I will come back out then, and I'm gonna chuck the dagger at her.
Roll it, big boy.
So I do not have advantage on this attack.
Straight roll, but
Yeah.
you do get sneak attack if you hit.
Quick
17
question.
on the dice, so 24.
All right. Let him resolve, and you can
Yeah.
ask your question.
Well, it's pertinent. She had disadvantage on wisdom checks, right?
Wisdom checks. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Passive
So
perception then -5. Yeah, you are hidden from her. So.
Oh,
Sneak
so I get
attack.
advantage.
Yep.
So
There you go.
thank you.
Or
And Hex has been maintained,
Nice.
so that's good.
Excellent. So let's see. I'm rolling this plus this. So 4 plus 6 is 10. Plus the one from that is 11. Plus 14. And then one more d6 because it's now that. 14. 16 points of damage.
The hex choice
16
mattered.
total?
16
Look at
total.
Yeah, that's why I suggested it.
And I think that's it. So that was my standard. That was my.
So the zip zap dagger. Zoom!
Oh
Then.
Oh, God.
Excellent. It's excited.
Yeah, it's very excited.
And I think that's my whole thing, because that was a move, a minor, and I'll just use a little bit more movement to get out of her line of sight. So I have so much movement, so just move me down deeper into the tunnel.
Alright. Gilly!
Really far.
Your turn.
Further than that.
Visora is looking hurt.
That's
Selena,
about as far down as the tunnel goes.
Yeah.
I got this.
are we going lethal?
At this point, yes.
Okay, and how hurt are you looking?
I could survive another round. Maybe.
Okay, well, and how are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'll give you another healing word.
Okay.
Because, it's 5. Sorry.
It's better than nothing. Take it.
And I'm going to... Do I even have anywhere?
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
I'm going to use Moonbeam from the ring.
Alrighty, so you
So I'm
grab
dropping
your-
concentration on your heroism. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
And the it'll damage her at the start of her next turn. Is that at the end of your turn?
Yep.
So, interesting note about Visora. Oh no. Oh yep, she is. She is actually
A shapeshifter?
a shapeshifter. She'll have disadvantage on this one. So the moons coalesce as you see the beautiful blue cerulean moons appear in a beam of energy. At the beginning of her turn, she makes a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage. What's your DC, hon?
It is...
Natural 1.
It doesn't matter!
2d10 radiant.
Oh my god. Okay.
Burner with the
I
moon.
never used them. I think that's a 1, right? Yeah. 6.
Alright, the bead. Moonbeam have anything else, riders? I don't think so, right?
If it fails, it also instantly reverts to its original form.
Yeah,
Cannot
this is
assume a
original.
different form until it leaves the spell's light.
That's good to know. That's actually really good to know. Holy
yep.
shit. She can't polymorph now.
Correct. And
Alrighty.
that's
I know what
about
she's
it.
gonna do.
I can move it and such if I need to as a bonus action.
If I die,
Or as an
I'm
action.
taking one of you with me. It's her turn. From her claw, a massive bolt of lightning energy begins to form, and she is going to release it point blank at your face.
Counter spell.
Okay, roll.
Now is the best time.
That's an 18 on the die.
Nice. You just stopped a chain lightning. So you can see... and
MVP.
Anastasia, it's your turn. Counterspell's a great spell.
It is.
I believe you're out now of those now.
I am.
That's interesting, actually.
Don't even.
I can't thunderstep away and force her to move because that's willing creatures.
Mm-hmm.
How hurt does she look? Does she look
Incredibly
really hurt?
on death's door hurt. That was her
Okay.
last ditch.
I'm gonna make a double attack then,
Alright.
because that has a better chance of
Yep.
hitting.
Don't forget you have a inspiration.
I do, but I'm not using it on that one.
Okay.
So 11.
Miss. Take an attack.
Oh my. 1.
Oh!
Natural one. So,
Damn.
you're like, good.
Come on.
Here it comes.
Hit
Oh,
me.
This sword isn't that well weighted.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not used to it yet.
Unfortunately, I haven't drawn her ire that well. At the end of Sophilia's turn, she's going to use her one legendary action that she's been using this whole time to take a swipe at you, Gilly.
No.
Okay.
no. Swipe me.
Sorry, Gilly's
Damn
got
it.
her ire. Your fireball was impressive, but these counterspells have been too clutch.
Right. Cutting words doesn't
Yeah.
work on that, does it?
Nope.
Oh, fuck. But I can still cutting words the damage,
Yeah.
which I'll do.
So she.
Wait, I used my reaction. I can't.
So.
Fuck. Oh, no, I'm taking all of it.
You'll be fine.
Oh, I'm taking all of it.
I can't
Can't
help you.
possibly be done.
She's actually biting you. That's what I should have been doing this.
She'll take 10 damage from Armor of Agathis, though, right?
Yeah. But what does Armor Agatha say? Hit or damaged?
Melee hit, right?
Hold on. This is important.
Yeah.
Oh my god, am I
'Cause if
killing
it's-
her with
yeah.
Armor of Agathis right now?
Sounds like it.
Probably.
Hits you.
Uh-huh.
Oh! Oh!
I'm not sure if you take the damage or not.
Oh my god.
Well, let's just see if it would have killed you. 9, 15, 9, 5, 15, 30, 22, 52 plus...
Oh no.
Yes.
52 plus 4, 59 points. 57 points of damage.
It wouldn't have killed me, but it would have dropped me.
Okay. We'll say you drop, but you
Okay.
kill her at the same time. So she... And the ice spikes... dive through her skull, and like Gilly just hangs there almost lifeless. And then... Visora... I'm not sure.
Alright, I'll move around and pour a potion into Gilly's mouth.
I'm next. I can
Oh, I
do
was
it.
just
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say
Or
third
whoever.
level healing word.
Yeah.
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 You guys get her back up.
Please, please help.
Nice.
So,
So,
as
Wow.
Visora falls, her large size form, the blood pools out from her neck and on her head, and it almost unnervingly quickly and supernaturally slithers on down into the gold pile and forms a really heavy pool of all of her blood. And it just sits there like a lake. This gold pile sits like in the middle of a lake of her blood, seemingly drained and withered in an instant.
That doesn't seem natural.
Hold on. Oh, sorry, go ahead and heal her.
12 points.
Thank you. Any...
I'll give her a potion of healing if you need it.
Selena, you hear a voice. Are you ready to come in? You've been standing there a while. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh, man.
Nice.
So if I had stepped into the room, it would have done something different? Oh, man. Oh, boy.
You know what's really cool? Her like eagerness to get you was her
Downfall.
Yeah.
Poetic.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
Beautiful
perfect.
job.
It was like...
Funk. Like you're like a porcupine of ice.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Alrighty.
Oh, man.
Thank you to everyone who's been watching. Follow us on Twitter, on Twitch, on Facebook. Say hi to chat. People have gone up to bed now. But what a great episode. That was awesome, guys. Thank you to the couple new people who followed. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to watch. We are going to be back next week at 7 p.m. Central. Follow us on Twitter and on Twitch, on Facebook, and on Instagram. I know I say it every week, but we really do put interesting stuff out. And we will just keep doing that.
And
We
continue
do.
to do so.
We are awesome. If I do say something. So everyone have a nice, and we'll see you next. Have a nice night, and we will see you next week in the wonderful world of Edda. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.